we lost a lot of the viewers there, but hopefully they pick up once we see that we got some action going on.
We had people actually watching us?
You did. You did.
It's a comedy. Comedy of errors.
Let's see, we got, I think Jeremy's ranked 5th. It just sounds like Jeremy won the lag. He said that may be the only thing I win all day.
He's starting off right then.
Yeah. All right. Oh, he'll freak out if I don't move this over. See, player 2 ranking. So hard to click and get it. And this is a gaming mouse too.
Oh, ultra sensitive?
Yeah, it's super. I could turn it down, but
I use one of the thumb ball mice. I really enjoyed it a lot better.
Yeah.
And it keeps you away from carpal.
That's the guy from Inside Pool Magazine told us that as well. He's got one of the.
My wife turned me on to it. She was using it, and I was like, oh, I can't get used to that. It took about 15 minutes. I love it.
Yeah. Well, he's off to a good start there. Make a ball and see the one ball. That's always the beginning of.
It's 10 times better than being hooked.
Yeah. See if he can float back there on that top rail and get in some shape for the 2 on the side.
Hit a pure.
That's probably the better play there anyway. Try and get that cue ball center of the table. And
Oh, he was willing to sacrifice a little bit, but he hit it with a pure stroke.
Yeah.
Got where he needed.
he's not been playing a whole lot here lately. You'd think us being and having this place that we get to play a lot, and that's not true. So.
Did you give him the commentator curse?
I did.
Oh, damn.
I did. It always works out that way. I think I'm the worst at it too. I think I jinx people the most. I think you were down on a shot.
I was down on the 6 ball, wasn't I? When I did my super choker stroke. And
probably.
Like, oh, and here's Sam's 4 ball out for the money. And then he strokes it straight to the rail.
That was probably my fault. I'll take the blame for it. Let's see if he gave us an edit over here.
Good shot by Mike. Shape's lacking, but hit the ball good.
This is also a gaming keyboard. That's why it's the mechanical.
Oh, I heard. Yeah, they were talking about Jeremy typing last night.
This is actually my rig from home that I built. It's actually pretty impressive. I've got a couple grand tied up in it with a really nice graphics card, CPU, all that stuff. And it's been our streaming computer the whole time. And we'll eventually get something a little less overkill,
yeah,
and more built for the streaming side.
My wife's wanted me to get her build her a new gaming computer.
Yeah,
she likes to play them.
Oh yeah,
I'm not much of a gamer.
My wife loves playing Call of Duty.
Oh really?
So me, Jeremy, Chris, my wife, even Matt Hayes, he jumps on Call of Duty with us every now and then. Well, until I gave up my computer. That was going to be a nice shot there. Not sure if he was going for the bank or what he was. I think he was, though. That's the way to
go. He hit it right in the face. I think he was going to let it happen if it happened.
Yeah, and he would to hold the cue ball up down here as well. So let's see if we can get all kind of stuff going.
just happy to see if the internet came back up for you guys.
Oh, it was so frustrating. So the internet was there, but the upload speed was 0.2.
That's what Jeremy said. He said you were having some issues. And when that was occurring, I started noticing some messed up stuff on Facebook, like it wouldn't actually refresh pages and stuff. I was like, is Zuckerberg screwing us?
Yeah.
I don't know.
This is going to be tough.
This is a real tough road.
Oh, man. And Jeremy's just struggling mentally, too, because he knows he plays better. And he's just not getting the time in. He's forcing himself to come up and play on the 9-footer more often. He started today, I believe. So
they're playing 3 sets tonight, correct?
Best 2 of 3.
Best 2 of 3. Well, maybe he gets his arm loosened up and oiled tonight.
Yeah.
Get some table time out there.
Okay.
Totally capable.
Yeah, definitely. When we first got into the building, Jeremy was probably playing the best I'd ever seen him play. And he was ready to match up with anyone, anywhere in the country, was throwing it out there. And he went up to a tournament and ended his one set with a 6-pack and opened the next one with a 4-pack. He was just playing phenomenal pool. And now he's not really competed in a whole lot of big tournaments, if any at all, other than the TTBA event over the weekend. He just did decide to jump in that. And we were kind of not going to, and then everyone's like, why? Why wouldn't you play in this event?
I heard you guys talking about that with Pam. Encouraged him just to say, don't sacrifice yourself for the business side of it. Go ahead, and you're still a pool player. Go ahead and get out there and play.
Yeah.
Which you should.
Yeah, and the main thing, and I think we're going to do it this way, is we don't care to win the event. We just want to play. Like you said, we're pool players.
Yeah.
So we're going to still make sure the events run smooth and probably let one of the 3 of us, either me, John, or Jeremy, play in the event while the other 2 sit back and make sure that the event goes well.
That's probably a good choice. Yeah, Jeremy was kind of down on his game. We were talking before everybody showed up. And I told him, I watched him play the other night and against John. And I didn't think he played bad at all. In fact, I don't think he played anywhere beneath himself. But it seemed to me, and I told him, I said, it looked like he got snake bit. Like, you just, no matter what you do, things just aren't going your way.
Yeah.
I'm not calling it rolls, just things just aren't going your way.
Yeah. That's always tough, too.
That can be a tough slump to be in, because you can't really correct that much about yourself and get out of it.
Yeah, it's definitely Jeremy.
This is a hardcore roll right here because, I don't even know if he's got a pocket for the 4-ball. He may have to play a carom off the 5.
Yeah.
We'll see. I don't know if it goes in pure or not.
If he can carry him off the 5 and nudge the 6 out just a little bit. Oh,
it was pure.
Okay.
He got it.
I don't think he even needs to touch the 6. It may go on the side, but now he's at a weird angle on the 5 to where he's got to really stroke this in. He hits the inside really well. So
Hit
it's
it
not,
good.
Yeah.
And that table does take the English.
It does.
It's just really fast when you're haven't got a lot of hours on it.
Yeah, it's quick, and it kind of accelerates off the rails a little bit too.
That's what Jeremy was saying last night. It goes in at 0.6, comes out at 0.7.
Yeah, it's different. What we did this last time, this was the first time we had to refelt the table since we got it back in December, and we talked to Darren and the Dennis's crew and all of that and how they do everything, and they do the bed every time and then the rails every other time.
Yep.
So we did the same thing, and I think it's playing a little different. I'm not sure if it is, and maybe it's just up here.
Was this the time that the rails got changed?
No, the rails didn't get changed this time.
So yeah, they don't get as much wear on them as the bed of the table does.
Yeah.
That actually makes sense. I'll get some on the board.
Sometimes it's all it takes. You can just get that avalanche effect going and
get your motor running. Go ahead.
I've noticed the last few days too, it seems to be a little stingy on the brake. Oh no!
It's that effect right there. It can be stingy. We noticed, and break even different points on the table, but then it would just start leaking balls. You'd hit one good, and you're like, "Did I rack myself out 12 times?" And the 13th, it hit it good.
Yeah.
Couldn't really figure out where the proper place to brake from.
Yeah.
And the speed from it was.
I just started yesterday on my match. I just started crushing it, and I was still able to plant the cue ball, which is always nice.
Mm-hmm.
But then stuff started getting kicked around more.
I went back to the original brake that I started with, and it was working. And then I squat that cue ball, and something jump up and kick it somewhere.
Yeah. Let's see what the old Fargo just messaged me back with.
Do you guys report on these matches as well?
I'm trying.
Trying to get them entered?
I am.
We were talking about that as well. There's certain things that we both agree that shouldn't have been allowed to be included with Fargo, such as league matches.
Yeah.
But this is right up the alley of what Fargo should be looking at.
Yeah, we're doing an entry fee, kind of $10, and it's for something.
Yeah. It's exactly how you should be judged.
And you play someone of your skill level even, and
Jeremy's gonna get one right here.
I've been talking to a few people over the course of us. Jeremy and I have been working on a format like this format for almost a year now. It's been very interesting, and just trying to figure out when and how to unveil it, and this is actually why we got this place. We were kind of wanting a little studio so we could take pictures and make it really cool and make it mean a little something more, and we can still include the tournament venues. Like, we're hoping to get more places like Dennis's and maybe travel outside a little bit and get more pool halls involved, because we're not a pool hall by any means. So if we can get that going, I think he's going to be okay. But
Get some rail.
How stressful is that?
It's lively. It's lively.
Mm-hmm.
I had to start poke stroking a lot of things because I didn't feel like I could even fully stroke it.
Yeah, I remember one shot you hit. It reminded me of a shot that I played. I think you were during the finals of the rack or something. You had a little touch here, and you had a ball here that was going up in this corner pocket.
Yep.
We lost all the viewers on that shot, didn't we?
There was lots of puckering. That's all
Bro,
I'm gonna say.
You couldn't have drove a 16 penny nail in there. I'll tell you right now. It was.
You caught the last thread of the cloth, baby.
Yeah. That's dumb. Yep. Terrible. That's what you get.
The good news is you only have 9 more left. So
And we got chatterbait on it too, so I'm feeling really good.
Oh,
about it.
yeah.
Yeah, really. Yeah. It's gonna get worse.
that makes it even better. I love it.
Actually, it can't get worse. So.
You're playing all right. You'll get there. There's a break.
That's a nice one.
What's my wife going to town on? She's next door trying the new sushi place out.
Oh, she's a sushi lady.
She is.
I'm like Jeremy. I'm passing on that. Not down with the sushi.
Yeah, I'm not a sushi. I like sashimi. I'll try it. Different ones anyway. Sorry, good one. I more or less like the teriyaki chicken, the noodles, and that stuff whenever
yeah.
Ashley goes out. So I will find something to eat somewhere. And then,
Well, I kind of like food.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I got this fat belly.
I never wanted to ever think about eating raw fish or anything like that until I met Ashley. She's a foodie, and she loves experiencing new things. And we went to Morimoto's restaurant in Napa Valley for her birthday with her family.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this guy's one of the best sushi chefs in the world, so why not try it? This be my first place to try it. And it was like cotton candy. It just melted on my tongue, and it had so much flavor.
I spent 4 years over in Okinawa.
Yeah.
And, of course, some of the best sushi chefs on earth.
Oh, yeah.
And I didn't realize of how big a difference there was between not great sushi and great sushi.
Yeah, for sure.
And I tried it. I don't have a taste for it.
Yeah. I've tried the rolls and stuff. Oh, he just barely missed that ball.
Drive-by shooting.
But, yeah, I really can't do the sushi roll thing. And I really can't do a whole lot. If Ash was like, oh, you have to try this whitefin or whatever.
Do you like the California rolls?
Hmm.
Those, I don't mind those too bad.
I'm
The
not an
mixtures of
avocado.
flavors and textures I kind of enjoy a lot better than just the sushi.
Yeah,
Sashimi.
I'm not an avocado person.
Yeah.
So, doesn't really go well with me there. Let's take a different
A
angle.
different route here. I don't think he's going to stick with that.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely need to do this more often. I having some anxiety problems.
Yeah.
Got a little choke going on.
I don't know.
Not used to that.
Yeah, it's definitely different. When I first started playing on the stream, and it's not like I'm scared. You know, you're not scared of it either. It's just different.
I haven't competed in so long.
Yeah.
And it's coming to the forefront now because when you're out of it's I can hit balls in the garage and it's just fine because there's no pressure and stressors on you.
Yeah.
But the second I get in competition, I'm like, oh, this is your first year you played pool, and all of a sudden I've got this choke welling up inside of me, and I can't pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And I read your book that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And that really helped.
It does help.
And it's making steps, but they're still small steps.
Yeah.
We need to run a couple marathons first. Because right now it is not solid.
Yeah, I've had the same issues with the stream. It's, to me, the way I see it is whenever I'm in swing, I'm playing to win.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm just out there, I'm just loose, I'm in stroke, I'm playing to win. When you're on the stream and you realize you're playing on stream, you're playing not to lose or playing not to mess up in front of everyone. That's kind of how I see it. So you're a little more timid. I don't know if that's for everyone, but it's like you just want to play. It makes you play a little tighter, a little different. Like kind of like the finals matches, everyone slows down a little bit, but now that I've done it so much, I don't really worry too much about it.
Jordan's asking for some money for me.
Yeah, he.
I was like, okay, cool. They're eating dinner.
Nice. Yeah, Ashley sent me a message. She's like, Jordan's over here, so I'm just gonna eat dinner with him.
Mike's saying it pays to hit him. He made a good kick shot. Gets the safe out of it, but there may be a little gap there for a bank shot.
I'm feeling it.
I like Jeremy. This has got a big pocket too with that 6-ball sitting there. I think he's gonna fire this right in.
Nice and wide. I mean, miss it by just a little bit on the outside, and you're still fine. It even pushes the 6-ball. You didn't need it.
Kung Pao chicken.
You didn't need it, but It's there.
I'm just seeing if he can get to the rail or not. These are really tough to tell on the camera. Even when you're just watching the stream, it's really tough to judge the angle they have.
Yeah, and you had one that Jeremy and I were sitting there thinking about. We're like, you could just bank this one right in and blah, blah, blah. And you just cut it and still just, the cue ball came out and kind of hit above the point just a little bit. I'm like, oh, okay. So he had more than we thought.
It's deceiving from the camera angle and being on the table.
Yeah, it's like right here. Just can he draw this back past the side or, you know?
I think he's going to bank the ball in the corner.
Yeah, he's aiming up for it.
Yeah.
He's got that stroke, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's checking that angle out.
Shortened up on him.
He's going to leave it tough. This is where you hope. Mike Hammond's, he's, in my opinion, I think he's a little better than 533. He's established very well at this. He has a lot of games in at 533, so it's not far off. But this is where you're hoping playing that 533 that he's going to miss the shot.
Mm-hmm.
So to leave something like that, it makes you feel a little better.
That's what we were talking about as well. I totally agree with Fargo on one aspect. I wish they called it an established. That hurts. I wish they called it didn't call you established until you had at least 500 matches or games under your belt.
Yeah.
I don't even think that 200, 300 is even a proper estimation of your skill level.
Yeah. Zing.
And that's why I really think that a lot of the Oklahoma directors over there are requiring 500 and 600 games under your belt before they consider your Fargo established.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of agree with that.
Yeah. I agree too. One thing that we want to do with not enough speed that we're trying to do is we're trying to get more people involved with the heads-up matches if we can report them.
Mm-hmm.
That'll help get some established stuff going on. I'm also, our last tournament, we didn't have anyone out of line. I had a lot of new players that came in that didn't have a lot of established ratings, and I dug to see where I could put them. And I feel like I did a pretty good job. There was one guy that had a 474.
He said you pumped up one guy by almost 100 points,
Yeah.
and it was totally justified. He was totally fine with it.
Yeah, and he ended up getting third in the event.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I agree. He's like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm better than that. If he had to play an 11-5 race with that guy, I don't see too many people beating him. Cue ball, slow down.
How many games did he have under his belt on his Fargo rating?
I think like 90.
Yeah, it's totally unestablished.
Yeah. He may jump up to a 650 now, and he's
In
may
a
not
heartbeat.
and he's not going to be a 650. He'll still be, in
Yeah.
my opinion, a 590.
Yeah.
So even if he does bump up to a 650 for beating Danny, I'm gonna keep him under 600 because that's where I feel like he should be at.
Well, you know, in a situation like that, it's tough to hide your skill. It's not like he's dogging it or trying to lay down.
Yeah.
And he showed you a match right there against Harriman that better get your arm ready if you want to play that boy.
Mm-hmm. He's just out. He's in his own head about it as well. So
I just don't want to see him fall apart. I don't want to see him
yeah,
lose his composure because it's the worst thing he can do right now.
yeah,
And it's
he's
the hardest thing to avoid.
exactly because we all know how Jeremy plays.
Yes.
Jeremy knows how Jeremy plays, but Jeremy also knows he's not putting the work in. So you can't be mad, but you're going to be because he's competitive as well.
Oh yeah, he's going to be frustrated with it because he's not performing up to his level.
Yeah.
And we are all, of course, we're our own worst critics.
Mm-hmm.
Harder on ourselves than anybody else. So he is pissed at himself more than you or I would ever critique him.
Exactly.
And that's a real tough place to be because
We like to joke on stream And, you know, a lot of people will come in and like, oh, you just roasted me tonight, didn't you? And then they'll go back and listen to the stream and they're like, oh, man, you weren't as bad as I thought, because they're out there beating themselves to death.
Oh, yeah.
And we're in here just having a good time joking about things, and then they kind of watch it over again. Oh, they actually said some really nice stuff about me.
I've watched all of mine on the streams, and I just critique myself and look at what I did wrong and the bad choices I made, or, oh, there's a choke stroke, oh, there's one.
Yeah. I watched my match that I played yesterday, and I started off really bad. I really did. I came straight in from work, hit 2 or 3 racks. That first match was brutal. I lost it 5-5. And then I was like, then in my head, I'm like, I just played bad the whole night. Well, I got much better as the day went on. I was like, oh, I didn't play that bad. I didn't play great, but I didn't play that bad, and this is what I need to work on. So
that's how I felt tonight.
Yeah.
I didn't play terrible.
Yeah.
I didn't play good either.
Yeah, you played.
I didn't straight up shoot him into the rail all night long.
Yeah, that's what I said yesterday. I said, like, I didn't embarrass myself. You know what? That was great.
Yeah, that's a step forward, because it hasn't been going so well for the last few months trying to get back into this.
Forgot to give old Mike his point there. Those are always.
It's so hard to watch your friends play.
Yeah.
And I feel more pressure with people that I care about than I even do with myself.
Yeah.
I will get more anxious and uptight about watching a buddy of mine play. And when I see something bad happen to them where they don't get there on what they're supposed to get there on, it's hard. It's hard.
It is. And then being the person here in the booth and being neutral, you have to kind of tame it back a little bit. And of course, both these guys.
I've known Mike for years as well. I like both of them, of course. And he's doing good things for Pool Down and Joplin as well.
Absolutely. He's got first week of every month. He's got a number 2, I think, coming up.
Yep. Next weekend is their second tournament.
At the OK Bar.
Yeah.
It's a Fargo rated race. He's got it all listed out on his page.
Mm-hmm.
I try and share it. I'll share it one more time before his event just so that people can see what's going on. They've refelted the tables down there. There's no more smoking, which was a big deal. So they've done a lot of good things to try and get the players more accommodated. It's a higher entry.
I think he said they got all new balls as well.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he said today.
That makes a big difference. The doubles tournament, Dennis's, they had brand new balls. And
I saw it. Grayson told me about that.
They played great. I really enjoyed playing in that doubles tournament, and I think the equipment was really good. The balls made a huge difference.
I like to have fun with those, and I was really happy with me and Mike partnering
up.
Oh
man, yeah.
Had a good time, and there was no stress. It was just a couple buddies shooting pool and having a good time. It was fun.
That was fun. Jeremy and I started off like, of course, neither one of us have been playing, so you can go through your peaks.
Oh yeah.
And we started off just like we were climbing to the top of the mountain. We actually
play really good doubles together though. You're very natural.
It was fun.
Partners on that.
I think some more time and some actual table time together, it could be dangerous and be fun, like even more fun.
It really is, and that's what I told Mike before we started. I was like, dude, the only thing you have to do well at this is not just about your skill. It's about you trust your partner, and he trusts you.
Yeah.
Just have fun with it. Do not sit there and overanalyze shots. Don't worry about what I feel or what I need or what you're going to do or what. Just shoot your game.
Yeah.
Just go out there and play your game.
Yeah.
And he did, and we had a blast.
Yeah. Jeremy and I opened up our first one with a 4-pack.
Nice.
And I tried to get too cute with an 8-ball and didn't need to. Jeremy's coming up behind me. He can make almost any shot on the table.
Yeah.
I was just feeling it. And he's like, what'd you do that? I was like, I felt it. He's like, okay, whatever.
Okay.
We're up 4-0, so who cares? Dogged the 8-ball, and then we scratched one time. We had 2 missed shots the whole match.
That's a strong match right there.
We came back, and we were just, chest pumped up and feeling good. And next match, we caught ourselves down in an 8-5 race. We were down 3-4 to Jake and Dylan.
Picorni.
And we
Jacques Picorni.
Jacques. We kicked into gear and got it hill. And like you were saying, trust your partner. I had
Gotta believe.
I had a ball behind the cue ball, kind of frozen here. The 6 ball was the 9 ball. So the 9 ball's here. Cue ball's just over the top of it. The 6 here, Jake played a really nice safety. It wasn't like I was in dead, I had to kick at it, but it was I had to make a good shot or I was pretty much selling the farm. There was no safety to play. Gotta go. Jeremy and I looked at it a few times, and he goes, "How do you feel about it?" It's like, "I think I have to fire the bank in, right?" He goes, "If you're filling the bank, I'm filling the bank. I'll never question you." And I got up and I zinged the bank. I smashed it dead center of the pocket, held the cue ball, checked it up off this roll, and got him straight in on the 7 ball. And he's like,
"Take that, boys."
He's like, "That's what I'm talking about." That got us hill right there.
Uh-huh.
And we ended up losing 7-5. But it was a great match. We had a lot of fun.
That's all you can do is play it out. Those are tough races for you guys too.
Yeah.
That was really impressive that Tanner and Grayston came through on that because it is such a hard road. It's like what we're watching tonight.
Yeah.
You're watching a fine pool player play another good pool player, and the race is really tough on the higher ranked player here.
It is.
It is a very long 11 for him, and you're looking at 3 for Mike now.
Mm-hmm.
It makes for good, exciting matches, but I would really like to see Jeremy measure up tonight and get his head back on.
So this is a long race for him too. If he finds himself stringing a few together, he might click into that gear.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. Getting his arm build up tonight. It can hurt you, it can piss you off. He could have bad things happen tonight, or it can get him right back into the game.
Yeah, I agree.
Because if they're playing 2 out of 3 sets, this could go quite a time.
Mm-hmm. He'll be fun.
He's going to get to hit some balls.
Yeah, this is good for him, and it's not just free, like a free game or anything.
No, he's got an investment on it. He's got skin in the game. I don't know what they're gambling for, but they do have a bet.
And it's for some TTBA points that you can get into the finals and win some serious cash there as well. And our next event, Mr. Tom Gorman, who's in our chat all the time. I'm sure you are familiar with him by now.
Mr. 526
from
Cali.
Yeah, he's actually getting us a super cool trophy built for the next event. And it's a 1,500 added event like the first one. And I think he's getting a crystal trophy that he's getting engraved. And he's also sending us some patches.
Okay, you talked me into it. Now I got to play.
Makes it kind of cool. Ricky Evans won the first event, and he even said, he's like, "I'm going to cherish this trophy." And I don't think he was joking. I think, each trophy you get, it just kind of makes you feel good.
They don't do that much anymore.
Yeah.
The only trophies we ever had in pool was like the state tournament. I won one up in Boone County.
Nice.
One time. And that's about the only 2 trophies I've had from pool outside of league matches and patches and crazy stuff. But
yeah. Oh, he's looking to carry him the 9 off the 3 here. Come off the backside.
I don't hate his shot here. It's got a real big pocket coming off the side of that 3. If he comes back and gets the 9.
And there's plenty enough balls down table. This one ball could get muddy too.
He may get safety out of it no matter what. It's kind of a shot to nothing free roll.
Yeah. The only thing that you can get scared about is the 1 ball leaking out and then the 9 ball staying in the pocket.
You got the safety.
Yeah. Oh no, I think that's a carom there now.
What he's worried about is Mike shooting a jump shot, whacking this ball on a bank into something, and letting the chips fall where they may.
Which can turn out.
Yeah. I'm all in. Ow.
There's plenty to pong off of there, so.
Yeah. This is going to have some action on it if he hits that 1 square.
Oh,
Things could be flying.
He's going for a kick.
Oh, wow.
I definitely don't want to leave that there.
That 8 must be bigger than we think.
It could be. I think I'm doing anything I can to get some distance away from that 1-9 because, well, maybe not. I can't tell. The balls look a little bigger. I'm thinking he could.
I don't think there's a carom.
You don't think so?
Off the side of the 1.
No.
See if he gets the hit on this.
He did.
Oh,
that's a
very
beautiful kick shot.
No good kick shot goes without reward.
Except for maybe right here.
How many times have you had your heart just broken? You hit a good one, and it just doesn't come out your way.
Yeah. Seems like more times than not.
Yeah.
And people, they'll, oh, that was a lucky leave, and Jeremy goes, hey, good players get good rolls.
I don't believe much in some players are just luckier than others. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
We've all seen it. We've all been there on the good side and bad side of it.
Yeah.
I just kind of chalk it up to another lifetime experience because I've gotten them and I've had people get them against me.
Yeah. It's just part of it.
Yeah.
Unless it's Glenn Nolan, he gets all the good rolls.
Well, the Rollin' Trollin' Nolan in the house. That man has made many a women crazy. And pool players.
Some of that stuff, though, he does it on purpose, and he gets creative with it. And it's just like, why and how?
Well, he has an understanding of the paths, as I call it. He's not shooting just blatantly firing at stupid stuff.
Yeah.
He has a master plan. It's just sometimes his master plan is insane. Oh,
no.
No, Fluffy.
I think it's all right. This could be some dangerous stuff if he lets this fly, though. That 9-ball could come back and forth down table and go in the corner and barely miss and hit the 3 and go in the corner. And
yeah.
I don't mind cutting the 2 backwards into the 9 to go ahead and get it going, and then also trying to suck the cue ball back up down table.
Well, I really liked Mike until I saw his ball cap there. He's a Yankees fan. I don't want no part of that.
I had no idea he was a Yankees fan.
You see that? Look at that thing.
Yeah.
There's that super springy.
Mm-hmm.
It's tough to slow roll it. It is tough. So are there any matches after this one tonight?
We have one more. I cannot remember. Let me see if Jeremy did send it. I want to say it was Pat Brown.
Oh, Patrick's coming back tonight? Cool.
I think so. Well, maybe we don't.
I know this one has the possibility of taking a long time.
Yeah. It does. I think we had Mikey versus Floyd, Mikey Berry, and Floyd Cheatham, but I think they were actually another weekend.
Gotcha.
So, I remember Jeremy saying something about that.
Mikey mentioned that he just had gallbladder surgery.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
Makes it tough.
Wow.
I'm in there complaining about my back, and this man has cuts on his belly.
He said he had 3 holes in him. Wow. Okay.
Oh, no. All right. This is where Jeremy's got to pounce like a lion here. How are you hitting this one, Sam? Are you trying to stay on the top side of the 5, or are you coming a couple of rails?
I think you just get center table. Come right back to center table. You get an open.
Yeah. I was scared about this. Like you're saying, center table's good, but if you float, I want to hit the second rail and come back out. But Jeremy's...
That was deceiving. It looked like he did not have that angle and was going to have a hard time getting away from the 6-7.
Yeah, it looked like it was pushing into the 6-7.
That's what I was worried about, him trying to come out of the corner, and it was natural all the way.
Yeah. And our other camera's being goofy. I don't know if mine.
I saw you mention that. What happened to the one up above the 9-footer?
For some reason, that dude will not pop up. I've got a capture card here that it's plugged into that's been giving us fits, but I have changed to the other capture cards that we've got and it didn't do anything. And then I've rebooted stuff, and I don't know if I have a bad Balin or what, so. Let's see if I can click around. Screen. I still want to see.
2 shots away from glory.
It did take a little bit of navigating that rack, so it's good to see Jeremy.
That's what we needed right there.
Yeah, he came through that one like a champ.
Champion!
5-2, so we have a 6-3 race now. Jeremy's got a couple more wins before he starts to feel a little more comfortable, but at the same time, he's going to still want to be hungry.
Well, you know, this is one of those situations. At this moment, if he gets 2 or 3 in a row, he's going to be feeling power. He's going to be feeling over the top. And the stress goes back on the mic.
Yeah.
I think the greatest advantage of what makes this spot so hard isn't Jeremy having to go to 11. It's Mike only going to 5.
Yeah. It's not a whole lot of games in the grand scheme of things.
It's really not.
That's a bobbled ball and a lucky shot away from, oh man, this guy's going to 3, or, you know.
And that's why I know what's going through Jeremy's head was that first game he bobbles 2 balls in the first couple games. And that's a 4-game difference, you know.
Yeah.
We could easily be looking at 7-0.
Could be, yeah, absolutely. I was playing someone who I will not name just because of some stuff at Dennis's, and I was doing a 5-2 race. And he didn't play too bad. And Dave Haithman comes up and goes, "Are you crazy? 2 games?" He's like, "That's a horrible spot." He's like, "All you got to do is mess up 1 game and he's on the hill." I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
I ended up winning both sets that we played, and we weren't playing for cheap either. And he's like, "You need to make that boy go to 3 or 4 at the least, playing 8-ball at that."
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah,
That's what's so hard about a lot of the local tournaments, the smaller level local tournaments. You're always looking at a race to 2, race to 3,
yeah.
and let's just be honest. I can flip coins with people for about the same outcome on that.
Yeah.
The dominant player is not always going to win, and it's tough.
I'll get your opinion on this one. So the way we've done this, Jeremy's an 11 race, and say he plays me. So instead of going to 11-5, it would be an 11-7 race.
Yep. Okay.
But we're shortening them because we're going to do best 2 out of 3 sets in the pit battle format.
Okay.
So then it would be a 9-5 race.
9-5. Yep.
We were thinking about that in the tournament, and we kind of overlooked it. And I had this epiphany at 3 in the morning after the Saturday night tournament, finishing, and we were going into the final 8 on Sunday. So if 2 11 speeds played each other, it'd be a race to 5. We're shortening it until the lower hand, and I was like, these guys just played 3 straight. They're going to be playing 3 straight days for the 11 speeds and all of that to do a race to 5. I was like, this doesn't seem right. It's not best 2 out of 3 like the pit battle or anything like that.
I could accept a race to 7 on that. Race to 5 is, especially if you're looking at doing shortening on the 3rd day.
Yeah.
Where you're, the money matters.
It does, yeah.
And especially at that level, I think the players would like it better with at least a race to 7.
So
I don't think that's too bad at race 7.
yeah,
I think race 7 is a good solid 9-ball set. But you start going down to 5, you're that's what you do for $20 with your friends.
yeah,
It's you're
yeah.
something to do.
I brought that up to Jeremy, and he goes, "How did we miss that?" He goes, "Because at the pit battles," he goes, we're doing best 2 out of 3 sets. He goes, that
Mhm.
makes it a little more acceptable. He goes, but these guys have been, he's like, I agree, these guys have been playing for 3 days now, and now all of a sudden they go from a race to 9 to a race to 5.
Yeah, that'd be really harsh.
So we set the players down in our player meeting, like, hey, we messed up. You know, we overlooked one thing because we were thinking pit battles, and everyone loved it. So what we did was we didn't change anything. We left the races 11-5, 11-7,
Mhm.
whatever. We didn't even shorten it. But then we were talking, we do need to shorten it a little bit. And you said that you'd be fine with the race to 7, but
Yeah.
instead of lowering it, we were talking about never going below what they played the first day. So if an 11-11 plays, they played a race to 9 all weekend, let's make it a race to 9.
Yeah, that's totally acceptable.
So I think next time we're going to lower it. So if an 11-7 plays, it'll be a 9-5 race.
Yeah.
And then if 2 11s play, then it'll be a race to 9.
I like that.
So never going lower than what you've been playing all weekend. So if we were doing a race to 7 on the other tournament, they still do a race to 7. So it'd be like a 7-5 for the 600 under, whatever, something like that. So
Yeah, you drop down to doing a race to 5 if you've been playing races to 11 all day and earned your way to the 3rd day and you're in the money. It cheapens the game.
it does.
You don't want to have hard feelings and that's
Yeah. We're like, how did we miss that? Because we
Yeah.
were thinking we were trying to keep consistency across the board.
Yeah.
And we were thinking, okay, so pit battles is going to be this, blah, blah, blah. Well, pit battles is best 2 out of 3 sets. So it's race to 5, you're winning 10. You have to win at least 10 games.
Mhm.
So
I like this better than that stupid stuff they're doing out in California right now.
what are they doing out there?
Oh, it's the Predator Tour out there right now, and they're doing those races to 4, and then they do the shootout.
Yeah,
And you're just sitting there going, really? You're going to shoot spot shots for the money?
yeah,
Come on, guys.
that's tough. Have you seen the slack they're getting on the Predator tables right
Oh.
now? Jason Shaw withdrew his name.
Before that fella put the video out today on Facebook,
Yeah.
I had just started and noticed it. And I was like, he said the exact same things I said. I thought I was going blind or going crazy. I was like, really? Was that what I just saw?
Mm-hmm.
I watched Shane shoot one last night, Van Boning. Dude, he misses it. The ball is going to come into the face of another ball. The guy's going to have an open shot. It did the old snaky snake around the ball and ended up freeze hooksing
Yeah.
to the 10 ball. And he's got nothing. And at that level of pool, and for that kind of money, nobody in the world wants to worry about anything except playing pool. I don't want to
Yeah.
have to sweat that table.
Yeah.
But those tables suck. I don't know who set them up, but
So-
they need some serious attention.
So, I'll read what Sky Woodward's mom, she shared. She goes, I've heard from Sky and several others how bad these tables are in Vegas.
Yep.
And so, where is it? The pool table, someone talked to a pool table mechanic and he said, I've already re-leveled this thing twice and it keeps unleveling.
See, I'm guaranteed they don't have the same leveling system as the diamonds do. That's the most genius thing anybody ever put on a pool table.
Yeah.
But the first time I saw those in use, they looked really solid and they looked to be rolling very true. And this tournament, I don't know who the mechanic was or what the problem is, but they are not. Flat out, they are not. They are not playing up to par.
So this is what I said. I was speaking to a guy on my shoulder who's been leveling the tables, and he said after 2 hours they seem to go back to what they've been doing. It's not acceptable, to be honest. Obviously, the World 10 Ball is next, so it's very important to get it fixed before then.
So he's basically saying that it's not the table's fault; it's settling somehow, like the flooring.
I have
I'm
no
not-
idea. I don't get what he's saying. I don't get if he's saying like maybe the bolts aren't holding up. And
Well, he's saying he makes an adjustment and it doesn't hold. After a couple hours, it's going back to the same roll off.
it's not the first time they've had those tables in carpet.
No.
They would know how to put something underneath there to fix that. Yeah, I don't get it.
Yeah, I agreed with that fellow from Oklahoma. He had a bunch of good videos of all the roll-offs, and I was like, yep, that's what I saw too.
It's brutal.
Well, it's just so harsh. You do this for the guys that do this for a living.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to worry about the equipment. That's the last thing you want on your mind.
Yeah.
Is fading that crappy rolling table.
Yeah. Pool's already a game where you try and demand perfection from yourself.
Yeah.
And you've got so much to worry about. You don't want to have to worry about the table or the equipment.
It's already tough enough. I don't need to sweat a table.
Yeah, these diamond tables are just so hard to get away from.
Once you get used to them, we get spoiled.
Yeah, definitely. I've been having allergy issues all weekend so far, and I'm allergic to horses, and I've been working with this horse barn
Oh my.
the whole week. It's been rough.
Well, Jeremy got a gift there.
Yeah, so I might
Progress.
Mike and I played a little while ago. We did a race to 15,
Yeah, I saw that.
and it was brutal. I got up real big, and then didn't play. Neither one of us really played well that whole time. And then he put some pressure back on me. I think I only ended up winning 15 to 12 or something. But I was up at one point like 10 to 5, 10 to 4 maybe.
A 3-game difference after that is a pretty dang good race.
Yeah. And he told me, he's like, I've been watching you play in here. He's like, I've been seeing you put some 3-packs together. He's like, I've never put a 3-pack together in my life. He's like, so what I was trying to do is weaken your break playing 10 ball and throw you out of your element. He's like, it did seem to work a little bit. I'm like, you're correct, 'cause I didn't hit any 10 ball racks.
Yeah.
I practiced my break that day a little bit. I didn't have any chance with work and everything to come in and really practice anything. And I'm pretty sure he came in pretty cold too. So,
Well, for anybody that hasn't played on this table, it is it's a different environment. It's a different table as well.
oh, baby, got some
It
room
is
there.
springy. It is fast.
Mm-hmm.
The pockets are not loose, not tight. They're totally normal.
Yep.
There's nothing wrong with the pocket size. But the table speed and the adjustment to that can jar you a little bit.
Yeah.
Made a boo-boo.
I'm not sure if that's the right amount, but that's what he sent me.
Oh, I owe you $10
Okay.
then.
Or him, because that's what
Yeah,
he sent
just
me.
Give it to him whenever. Did I pay you guys? I gave you 20, but I needed. There's going to be more in there. Table time.
I think that's it, right?
Okay. I'll get you later anyway, if I have to. You know where I live. Springfield, Missouri.
Mm-hmm. Looks like Brandon Spears said he wants to play Jeremiah Holman with the same race, and Jeremiah goes, get
11-5?
Yeah. He told Brandon, he goes, get something you can win with.
Woo!
There's Mr. Gorman, who says Las Vegas. Oh, the chat didn't scroll down.
Oh, we've been sitting there shooting our mouths off, not even paying any attention, haven't we?
Ernesto knows what he's doing, so if anyone can get that table,
yes.
if anyone can get that table dialed in, if Tom's saying Ernesto's on it, I feel good about it.
Well, probably the two best table mechanics in the world, him and his son.
Yeah. Chris just said a minute ago, he said, Sam, I'm ready for our game.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yes.
After seeing me today, I bet you are. I was pumped to bet. Maybe that's what was wrong with my legs, that stupid long jump I did with him and the boys over there at Dennis's.
I bet so.
I'm not doing that anymore. No. Jeremy just got a brutal roll again. Ouch. Get the hit. Live with the result. Get the hit.
Like we were talking about, good players get good rolls. That's all you can hope for.
That's the first step to doing anything on the shot. You got to get the hit.
It's kind of a big game. So
this could be a big turn.
Yeah. Barely miss it, man.
Drive by.
All right, Mike's got to settle down here. He makes this. This is a lot of pressure. We know he can get 3 ball outs going, and no big deal. But
what I've been trying to do, and I'm not doing it, especially under competition right now, because I'm not thinking clearly. I'm trying to do what they say to do. Go in, play your position patterns going into the next ball instead of crossing. And it's important.
Yeah.
I didn't realize how much until I started paying attention to it.
yeah, I call it playing into a funnel.
Yeah.
Instead of playing to a point and trying to land the cue ball here, like if you're
you got this.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
The first person I heard use that terminology was Neil's Fine.
Yeah.
And it just hit like a brick. I'm like, oh man, that makes so much sense. If you can stay in the line of path for 90% of the shot, you have a better percentage of hitting that line. If you're crossing it and hitting it 10%, yeah, it makes so much sense.
It just makes the game easier.
And you do it not knowing what you're doing. You're like, well, I'm going to come around 3 rails and try but knowing what you're doing on purpose, it helps click to find the other shots.
I started trying to play the Ghost a couple nights ago. Haven't done that in years.
How fun is that?
It's 10 times better than how I have been practicing, just going out there and whacking balls around.
Yeah.
It's playing pool with a purpose and keeping score on it, so you have the added pressure.
Yeah.
To realize, okay, and I'll just say it flat out, the Goat kicked my ass the first 2 sets.
Right. He's a sneaky bastard.
I was just doing races to 5. Ghosty beats me 5-2, and then I went hill to hill, and Ghosty still beat me. And then I got him. I skunked him on the 3rd set.
Nice. He's rough.
Ooh, but one of the things that I haven't practiced, and everybody needs to, I never practice my break. And that makes you practice your break.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just another added dimension to that practice session. You're getting more into it than just whacking balls around.
Chris, I have no clue. I don't know if anyone's here after this one. I'd have to talk to Jeremy. He's the one with the little black book. I don't think so. I think our next match got pulled down to this spot, and then they didn't show up. So then we had this spot open up. And so I don't think there's anything afterwards. But this one may take a little while. We're still first set in, and we're right at an hour now. So if this goes 3 sets, this is going to be a long one.
Yeah, if this turns into a grind session, you could be looking at a few hours on this one.
Which is good. We haven't had this race yet, so it's good to see how long it'll take and figure out the kinks. And if we have an 11-5 race, maybe we make that worth 2 sessions, like a 5 to 7.
Really is. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
We'll test our
nice
shot.
shot,
And
nice
hit it
shot.
well. Honestly, if you guys want to, I don't like playing on the 9-foot table right now. But
I am not touching that right now.
It's so brutal. If you're not playing on it, it's just a whole different animal.
I play one pocket. That's the only thing I'm playing on right now.
Chris is dying to play. He's been trying to find some one pocket
That's the only
matches.
game I would be willing to play on that at all right now. I don't have the confidence.
Yeah.
It's killed me. That's.
When you played George, you could definitely tell you just weren't confident in a whole lot of what you were doing on the
I
9-foot
was
table.
so anxious over the ball.
Yeah.
It was like I felt like a kid again. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Couldn't pull the trigger.
Because when you're playing well and you're comfortable playing on the 9-foot table, it's not as bad as what people, the 9-foot table, it's like scary. It just doesn't seem as bad if you're confident and you're playing on it. But when you're not, it looks like everything's a mile long and you're just looking down the barrel. And
you know what has really caused that lately? Now, I know Dennis's has the 4 or 9-foot diamonds.
Mm-hmm.
But for someone like me that was gone from the game for so long, I haven't touched a 9-foot table in probably, billiards was closed up for almost 2 years.
Yeah.
I hadn't hardly touched a 9-foot table in probably 2 years.
Growing up, I've known you to be a 9-foot table player.
This is the only thing I wanted to ever play on.
Yeah.
I couldn't stand bar boxes. And now I'm scared to death.
Yeah.
I can't pull the trigger on a 9-footer scared to save my life.
Yeah.
Well, I got my old snooker specs. No matter how dorky they look, they work.
Yeah. Rich calls them the birth control glasses.
Yeah. If I didn't have my wife now, I sure as hell wouldn't be getting one.
That does look like it goes.
It does go, but it's got to be back cut a little bit. Let's see what happens on this one.
I think I still like the out there. It wasn't too hard.
I agree. I would have gone for the 6 because it does go in the opposite corner as well.
That's a tough. Those are tough.
That's
combos.
a pretty hard back cut on that 6 ball.
Yeah, because especially if the ball's that close, it's going to carry some spin into it. It might push it straight into the point over there too. You got to hit it real thin.
It did. It went into the point, but it still slid in.
Yeah. Oh man, that's tough, Jeremy. Jeremy can still win. It's 4-1. He's the kind of player that he can put four racks together. It's alternate break, but I haven't seen a break and run yet.
That score right there is indicative of those 2 balls he waddled on the first couple games.
Absolutely.
You're looking at, could have been 9-2 right now, and we're looking at almost a dead even race.
Yeah.
It matters.
It does.
It does. And that's what makes this so hard. You waddle a couple balls, and all of a sudden, the lesser ranked player is on the hill and coming for you.
Mike's not going to feel sorry for you.
No, he ain't going to have no mercy. He says, break and run right now. Let's get it on to the next set.
Yeah.
Chris likes the combo in every situation. He's lying. Roland Nolan does too. Woo!
Jeremy said he played doubles with Glenn in a tournament, and they had a 3-ball out, and Glenn had ball in hand and tried to take the combo.
Oh my!
He's like, you know what? I said, do your thing, Glenn. Whatever, it's you. And then they ended up losing that game, but he said he had a fun time while he was playing. 3-ball out, ball in hand. Let it fly, baby.
Buddy, that 9 ball is gonna have to be sitting in the pocket.
Yeah, for sure.
With it 2 inches away from me. All these things have to come to pass before I'm firing that thing with 3 balls.
That's it, Mike.
Oh, ouchie. Dang it. I'm going to wait until this set's over before I head out of here.
I'd like to see this one still go hill.
Man, I sure would. That's a great shot right
what
there.
What a hit.
Great shot right there.
That was fantastic. I mean, he could even have that one hidden by the 3, but the 8's still there to make it tough.
Well, he just played it wisely with the speed control on that. Only good things can really happen to you. you start firing at that ball, it can leak out somewhere.
Could have scratched in that corner.
Oh, sure.
Oh, look at Mike. He's going
Oh,
to get it right behind there.
He hit a good one there.
Another great shot.
He hit a good one there.
He's got Jeremy on the ropes, and he wants to make this sweaty as possible. Oh, look at it. Oh, I thought it was going to come in.
Oh, well. Got the
Make
reprieve.
them all.
What did you say last night? There were 6 things to go out there and 2 of them win?
Yeah, exactly.
There we go.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
Needs to get this rack now. This will be a really good out.
He got some love.
This was my 6-ball choke shot on the other side of the table. Oh, he didn't
Yeah.
choke. He hit it good. That's how you do that. Okay.
Note taken. Boy, these are tough too. I mean, they shouldn't be, but you gotta hit them.
Any combo, unless it's absolutely dead nuts to the center of the hole,
It's tough.
is not a hanger.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
not a hanger.
Oh, don't do this to us. My internet dropped down again. That's still acceptable.
Oh, for streaming, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what you're talking about with your bandwidth kept on dropping?
Yeah, but it wouldn't go above 36.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work.
It was 0.2 downloads or upload speed. Download speed was manageable. It was like 16.
What ISP you guys with?
I actually, the new 3D Smart Homes building is right next to the Dollar General. It's the long blue building.
Yeah.
So I have MediaCom over there, and I have a point-to-point that I've set up over to here.
Gotcha.
And so I'm at the mercy of that, but I also have my app here that has all my clients' networks, 3D's network, all of that stuff to where I can do a test, and it was horrible over there. So it was, I can reboot my router, I can check the speeds, I can do everything from my phone or my computer.
I just put a mesh network in the house this past week. Running great.
Yeah, it's come a long way.
Really happy with it.
Back in the day, I was terrified of any type of mesh network. It just didn't work well. Like Apple was one of the first ones to really do anything with their Airport Expresses, and it worked good for people who had to have it, but I was terrified. Well, with smart home aspects, everything's Wi-Fi and it's got to be stable and all of that stuff to mess with the mesh network, but they've got it nailed down. Unify's who we use, Ubiquity, and they're strong. And that's what I've got here. I've got a Unify point-to-point system, and that works really well. Which is basically what all the cities, most big, like New York, they use Unify for their area networks. And Total High Speed, that's what they use for to give people internet. They have a big tower, and they'll stick those same point-to-point pieces that I'm using here up and shoot people internet.
What do you think of old Elon Musk and the satellite
I love
internet
it.
kicking? I want to try that out. I really do.
I have clients who have it, and
How do they like it?
they love
They're
it.
happy?
Yeah, it's way better than HughesNet, Total High Speed, any of that. Now, if you can get hardline MediaCom or
Right.
fiber, or
We have
something.
fiber in our neighborhood, so I stick
Yeah.
with that. But I just like Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Dude.
He just shoots it straight forward, and he doesn't care about the money side of things. I mean, he does, but he doesn't at the same time.
My favorite he ever said, he's doing a Joe Rogan interview. He asked him, how could you come up with the idea to make a flamethrower? He's like, because I could.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, that's why.
Yeah.
When you got more money than the U.S. Mint, and you just say, you know what, today, kids, we're going to make a flamethrower. And then you go out and do it.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
What a shot.
Cue ball peeked out. He got thrown.
I don't think that ball went clean. I think he had to put a little juju, a little dig stroke in
Little
it.
hippie hop on it. I'm telling you right now, every game he wins from here on out puts more and more pressure back on Mike. It's strong as anything.
Oh, yeah. Because Jeremy's he's breathing down his neck. One mistake, he's one closer. One mistake. Oh, next thing you know, it's he'll I'll let him come back. I was talking about that with Ricky Evans. And I said it's almost, for me, it's harder to play with a big lead.
Oh, yeah.
Than it is to play neck and neck.
Well, the second set with me and Jordan, I get on the hill, he's sitting on 1 or 2.
Yeah, 2.
And I had that screw up, and then he hit a break and run or something. And all of a sudden we're hill to hill, and I'm like, should have dodged it.
Yeah.
Should have dodged that 6-ball, kid.
Yeah.
That's how it felt. I was like, yeah, it sucks. You're going to hate yourself.
Mm-hmm. Jeremy's hitting good right now. Something looks, it's more crisp, it looks different. He looks
doing what he's
confident.
supposed to do.
Yeah, he looks confident.
I honestly think what he showed me tonight is the same problem I had for a long time. I would just be the lazy pool player and refuse to go get warmed up.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, he only came out there and hit balls for 20 seconds, and then he jumps right into a match, which is a very tough match on its own.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, seeing you in here a little early practicing made me feel good because most of the players that have been coming in have just been jumping straight in. I'd rather see someone here beforehand, 30 minutes, hour, whatever, hitting balls, getting used to it, getting loosened up.
I'm already having anxiety problems from not competing in so long.
Yeah.
I want to get loosened up. I want to hit balls.
Yeah.
Because used to be I could jump out of the car.
Right.
Let's go.
Yeah.
No, not anymore.
Back in the day, I almost preferred coming in not,
cold.
Yeah, not touching the table.
Yep.
But that's because there was a lot of work done days before, the whole week. There was a lot of time on the table beforehand.
Yeah.
Now there's none.
Well, yeah, when I was playing pool all the time, you know.
The old Sharkies days.
Yeah, I was always there.
Mm-hmm.
Always in action, always playing. That wasn't even used for practice or anything because you were always in the mix.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, my mix is like Jack Daniels and ice. Pool is not much involved.
Yeah. Yeah, back in those days, I didn't have anything to worry about. I lived with Daddy and didn't have to worry about going to work. And heck, the juniors had free table time.
Yeah.
They've made sure all the juniors, if they wanted to come in and play, they didn't have to pay a thing. And so Chris and I would wake up, go play pool. He's on some of those. I swear, if we were out there, it would look like that far off.
Mm-hmm. How'd you like my one? Did you see the one I was attempting on the ball and hand combo? And I had told Jordan, I was trying to blow it in from hitting so close.
Yeah.
You never touched the 9?
Yeah.
But I don't think you could squeeze a piece of paper between there.
Those are impressive shots. That's the word for it, impressive.
With a near miss.
Oh, is he going to try and 35?
Okay, if this happens, I'm going to go keep Jeremy away from sharp objects.
Yes. He got 3 fouled the other night
by
by John.
And he's still not happy about it.
No. So, funny story. When I'm playing Mike in our matchup, where I raced a 15-10 ball, I have 2 fouls on Mike and I have an easy out. Dead easy out. All I had to do is make like 3 or 4 balls with ball in hand.
I think he's going to kick this in.
Yeah, hit rail first, get shape on the 2. Oh, no, that's 2. Okay, so here's the thing. Oh, that 3-4's tied up. Jeremy's not loving this.
Ooh.
Mike can push that 2 down here and
Put
roll.
the key ball right behind
That's
4 or 3-4.
dangerous. See if he sees it. Oh, man.
I'll tell you who's been impressing me with their safety play, as always, is Aaron.
I love Aaron's safety game. His game in general.
And he's not doing anything extraordinary.
Mm-mm.
He sees it. He performs the shot.
Keep it simple.
He just... And it's really, really frustrating to play against a player that continuously does that, and he hit it good. Oh my God, he hit it good. Oh.
Oh, man.
I'm running for the door after
Yeah.
this.
This is to win the set, too.
I know. Mm-hmm.
Did this roll up enough? Oh,
I think.
Oh, that's tough.
Uh-huh.
He's got to get this. We were talking about this earlier. He's got to get this to open up.
And get around the 9 ball.
Yeah. Check your messages, wifey. Your text. I said no.
Here we go.
Tom, yes, Sam is a local player. He's been around the scene. Oh man, that was so tough.
Okay, keep him away from knives. Oh God, keep him away from knives.
Yeah, I hate that for him. But I mean that 2
Well,
ball.
the timing is just
Yeah.
real bad on the head right now. Oh jeez. Boys, I'm gonna head out
All
before
right.
they get ready to start another
Thanks
set.
for sitting down with me, Sam. That was fun. It's always a pleasure.
I just resubscribed last night.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I think I was drunk or something after my first month and decided I was going to quit pool for like the 100th time.
Yep.
And I unsubscribed and forgot all about it.
Nice. I've been there. Jeremy and I were talking about that yesterday. It's
Well,
like it's so hard not to have the time to put in.
When he
And
got 3 fouled, do you remember what he said?
yeah.
Hey, I got $1,200 to get the rid of the crews right now. Oh, he's smoking.
Yeah.
Okay, boys. Be
All right,
careful.
man.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
See you, brother. All right. That's the first set. Jeremy was starting to get warmed up there. Hope he can fade that 3 foul there and not worry about it. Start right where he left off at. Like me and Sammy were saying, this is a long set for him. He's liable to get in stroke and do some harm here. And I want to see it. I want to see Jeremy break out again. And back to that Tom, Sam is a local player. I grew up playing with Sam. He was always one of the players I looked up to, wanted to play like. He gave us a lot of lessons, all of us younger, next generation of players. And sometimes it was the hard way, and sometimes it was free and easy. But Sam's one player we all really looked up to, and it's good to see him back out playing on the stream, sweating it a little bit, playing in the tournaments. He won a tournament we put on at Crazy Hats, the Crazy Titan, and love having him be a part of things. Definitely good for the game. He's the one that bought us our Delta rack there. I think Jeremy's going to get him. He's trying. I think he's going to. His revenge is a 3 foul against Mike. And his revenge is a 3 foul against John. I can see it coming. Yesterday, Jeremy and I were talking. Neither one of us are getting the table time. We know we shouldn't be frustrated. There's nothing you can do if you're not putting in the time or effort. This is a game that requires practice. It actually requires perfect practice. Aaron Skyver said it best whenever we were young kids. I told him how much I appreciated his game and his practice and his seriousness with the game. And I said, you know what they say, practice makes perfect. And Aaron said, no, perfect practice makes perfect. And that's the truth. And if you're not putting it in, you're not going to get it back out. So I hope Jeremy remembers that. We're trying to do good things here with this, and whether we're playing or not, this is part of the practice. and just fight through the frustration, knowing that this is just part of it right now, and we'll get there. Him especially, he's a monster. I bit the bullet. He bit the bullet playing John. John's been playing about 4 hours a day. I bit the bullet playing Adam. And he's biting the bullet here playing Mike with an 11-5 race. That's brutal. I'll look for an angry Jeremy here to win this one big. Force us to a third set and have a nice close third set here. But being the 11-5 race that it is, and Jeremy being the caliber player he is, this alternate break makes it much harder for the higher handicap to really make a big comeback if they get down. That's a good break. He didn't get his shot on the 2. I'm looking back here at the replay to see what it looks like, and he lost control of the cue ball. It went forward and then got kicked around a little bit. Chris, even if there's no one up here to play you, come hang out with me, dude. Please come hang out, brother. What a hit there, Jeremy. Create a new tournament here. TTBA Pit Battle 2022 03 26 8 p.m. It's a little tough leave there. The 3 can float by the 9. I like it better than trying to make the 9. Jeremy had such a good break. It spread open. A few balls on the table. I'd hate to dog this and leave Mike the easy 9. I'd make him want to work for the 6 ball out rather than an easy 2 ball. Easy combo there. Okay, beautiful. He could see the edge of it. Sorry, I'm trying to get. He's doing a race to 5. Jeremy's a race to 11. Trying everything I can. To get these matches reported. Hammond, 1, 5, 8. Oh boy, I see something about Travis Garner and a pit battle. Tony Boyd, I want to see you play Travis Garner in a pit battle. Is he coming up here soon? I'd love to see Travis and Vicky. Oh man. Jeremy, don't get frustrated, brother. Sounds good, Chris. Can't wait to see you, man. Lots of pool left in this one, and Jeremy's got plenty left in the tank here. He's just got to dig in there for it. This is the table time he needs, though. I know. Oh my. Cue ball, watch yourself. This is what he needs. He needs some table time. This is still some pressure in there. He needs to want this a lot. Nice shot, Mike. I saw some feet walk through. I'm not sure whose it was, if it was the wife or... Oh, Mikey. Wiped its feet on the way through on that one. Mr. Hammond. Just not going away. That's Mr. Media Mike Berry.
What's up, fellas?
Hey, brother.
Ladies and gents.
You and Floyd playing tonight?
Yep.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
All the Division 1s and 2s were too scared to play me tonight, so I just set up with a Division 4. Even Jeremy said, "No, I ain't playing you."
And now look at him.
I know.
Someone had to do it. My back's out. So.
Oh, is it really?
Oh man.
Heard it at work. Bummer.
Here, I don't know what happened.
Really?
I have an idea, but it didn't. I didn't tweak it or anything. I was helping Ashley get water and drinks and sodas out of the car and stuff, those big cases, and all of a sudden I about dropped down and puked.
Just lift it with your back instead of
I have no idea.
bringing it close to your body.
I felt good about it until I didn't feel good about it.
And now you regret not feeling good about it.
Yeah. Doug, it's a super tough spot here. 11-5.
Yeah, I called Grayson now, but Grayson's in Hot Springs. And called Kenny Turner out. They're all supposedly busy.
Yeah.
I mean, whenever you want to play them, they all got something going on.
Something sounds fishy. That's
Yeah, I
all
know,
I'm
right?
saying. Something sounds
I mean,
fishy.
they saw me play Lehman. I don't know what they're scared for.
Ask me to play you, Mike.
You
Ask
wanna
me.
play?
No, I've got
You're
something
busy.
going
You're-
on.
You're doing
Yeah,
all
I'm working.
commentating.
I can't
Yeah.
make it, so I mean,
I-
sorry.
I
but,
get it, man. I get it.
Oh man. I played a 7-5 race last night.
Yeah, I know. I saw
That was
it. Well, I
tough.
saw parts of it. Saw you got the W though. That's all.
I
that
did.
matters.
I did. And I went back and hold on a second.
I was just at Southbound. Me and Mike McLean were talking about playing at
Nice.
some point. So, but I definitely, since I have 0 points right now, since Lehman took them all,
Damn Lehman.
I was like, screw it. I'll call out the biggest and best ones around. That's all. Oh, Chris, come on. I'll call you out. I was looking for Division 1s and 2s, not just these silly 3s.
Yeah, he doesn't care about us, Chris.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
yeah,
you are
that's right.
Division 3.
I
You're
am
just
a-
under the 600.
Oh,
mark,
I'm
aren't
like
you?
4 points off, 3 points.
Yeah, that's okay. For some reason, I was thinking you were 2.
Well,
Chris, I'll play 2 matches tonight. Do we have any openings? I'll
there's an
okay.
11.
I don't know. Let's do it.
We're trying not to do 11 o'clock. So I think
I'd
this one's
rather-
gonna run over. So this
This
is
one's already run
just
over.
this is the first set.
Yeah.
Or second set. They're only one.
Yeah, especially on them weekdays, I can understand. I mean, right now it's the weekend, obviously, but
Yeah.
I mean, heck, we didn't get out of here till what time? 2 o'clock in the morning the other night
Don't remind me.
on a Thursday.
Don't.
God, I was dragging.
Work
Even my
sucks,
boss
so-
got to work before I did, and that never happens.
Nice. I'm gonna create another tournament. I'm trying to report all of our matches.
Look at that thing. Beautiful. What the heck is that? That red chicken.
It is a hot Cheeto crusted cheese curds.
Interesting.
It was pretty good, man. I liked it.
Dude, they're putting hot Cheetos on everything.
They should.
Breaded chicken, pizza. I mean, hot Cheetos is like the go-to crust for all things.
They should put that on everything.
Dude, I'm same with Takis. I love Takis.
Takis are good. Nice shot, Jeremy.
I was eating some of them blue Takis the other day. They were pretty hot. I'm not even
Really?
gonna lie.
I've never tried those.
He wanted a little more spin off that, I thought.
You just gotta bear down and make it.
Yeah, he's frustrated. Went out there and rubbed his head for good luck like a Buddha.
Nice shot. That's a confident shot right there.
Yeah, drilling like that, half 3/4 of the table. It always sucks when you know you can play better and you don't.
Mm-hmm.
That's my biggest thing. I get into my head, I know I can do better, but it never shows when I get to the table.
Yeah.
So I get mad at myself. It's like, dang, I was 14 years old playing 3 times the game that I play now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell you somebody that's going to get me. My son, Mac, is a freaking shooter.
Oh, yeah.
And it's natural. He's got a lot of things to work on, but I think he can make some shots.
Check this out. I made my own
Yeah.
profile on there, so now every time someone tries to put me in, they can't give me a nickname. That's my nickname. Love it.
When do you get your case? Have you made it yet? You designed it yet? I saw you
No.
designed it, but have you ordered it?
No, I think I'm going to wait until I get my bonus at work.
Oh, I got you. Who's making it? What company?
JB cases.
Oh, nice. Can't go wrong with a JB.
Mm-mm. John Barton, he comes into the stream every now and then.
A lot. Quite often, actually. If you're listening tonight, you need your name down here in this bottom right-hand
needs it.
corner.
He
I
needs
mean,
a JB case open.
We can make that rectangle as big as we want.
We got control of that rectangle.
Yeah. We want it to where it's like getting in the way of the pool table on the stream.
This Fig Newton sticker sure is dangerous, but I do love Fig Newtons.
We need Skittles. I mean, it's going to look like a NASCAR car on this screen. What a shot. Sounds like Chris just walked in, maybe? Sounded like a door opening. You know, the
Yeah, you can hear
from
the pressure.
building.
Yeah. That's how we knew Mike walked in earlier. I'm trying to get tricky and find a way to report these. I was told how they needed to be reported, but
What's the next TTBA tournament going to be called? It's not Jay Flower. We're obviously going to go through the sponsors.
526 Open, Mr. Tom Gorman. From
Oh, yeah.
California.
Heck yeah, that's awesome.
Someone else can. Oh, Chris, that was 4 minutes ago, so I bet that's him that just walked in. The old man might be coming in as well.
I think whenever we do Fat Muscle, we should call it like Fat Racks.
Right?
Fat Racks by Fat Muscle. Where you go to get your protein, your creatine, your pre-workout, your vitamins, anything healthy. And to get jacked up and swole.
Schwolded.
Get juiced.
The juice is loose.
I had to go buy this shirt. I was at Southbound. I saw it was like $8.15. I was like, oh no, I'm in shorts and a t-shirt. They're not gonna be happy with me. It's like Sweet Academy's right down the road.
It's a nice shirt.
Anytime I get a chance to go buy an Under Armour polo. I'm not a polo guy. I don't like wearing collar shirts.
Yeah.
But Under Armour makes some really nice collared shirts. Hashtag sponsors available. Under Armour, I'm throwing it out there. I got 2 Under Armour shirts on, I think. Nope, just one. I think I left my Under Armour sweatshirt at Southbound.
Uh-oh.
I'll message old Mike McLean. There's 2 jackets I've left at 2 different bars in the last week. I'll message Will. He's there. It was cool to see everybody, man. Everybody showed up for Sherry.
Oh, I didn't have any clue about that.
He knew you were doing a pit battle. It's their 60th birthday. Yeah,
that
so they did
sucks.
like a surprise. Bob's son flew in and took her out and said, hey, let's go have a drink over at Southbound. And there was like 80 people there. So Mike's in the Division 4. What's his Fargo? 533.
Yeah, he's established. He's an established player, and He could play up one and still compete, but at the same time,
Right, I get what you're saying.
yeah, he's probably right there at that 550 where he belongs. Oh, man, what did I do? All right, I'm gonna mute this. I got a phone call coming in. What up, Mr. Santee?
Me and Floyd.
We have, let's see, what did you ask? What's the battle matches for tonight? So we had Sam Waltz and Jordan Chapman. Sam came away victorious on that. It was pretty close there towards the end. This is our second one, Jeremy and Mike. And as you can see, Mike's on the hill here as far as sets. And then we've got Mike Berry and Floyd Cheatham coming up after this. I think I can see some white sneakers of Floyd back there.
Yeah, Floyd chilling.
How about that shot?
Pretty salty. This is what Jeremy needs. He hasn't been playing at all. And even though the 11-5 race is tough, it's going to be a lot of games played. And he's eventually going to have to just catch gear, right? Someone like Jeremy can't go 30 games without hitting a little bit of a gear.
So I think for like in this like a 11-5 race, regardless of who it is, whether it's Jeremy or whoever it is, I feel like the guy going 11 is going to have to probably break and run 50% of their racks, maybe 40%, to really have a chance. Because in this, with it being an alternate break format, it, you know, you really lose a lot of opportunity to
It's
gain
tough.
ground. Yeah.
I think I can get this up over here. I don't know who we're signed in under. So stupid.
There you go, Jeremy.
Oh man, my back's killing me. I tweaked my back earlier trying to carry shit in. I don't know if that was what did it or not, but I'm in a lot of pain right now. I took 6 Tylenol earlier and it lasted and helped for a minute, but it hurt so bad. And you can feel where it's swollen. You can literally feel on this side, you can feel my hip bone, and on this side it's just like a circle about that big that's just puffed up
Like
over.
you got like a bulging disc or something.
I think it's like a torn muscle or
Sciatica.
something. I have no clue, man.
Sciatica.
Dude, that
swell up.
sciatic nerve sucks,
They
man.
swell up.
When you pinch a sciatic nerve, I do it all the time sitting in that semi because I like to drive sitting forward, like leaning forward.
Yeah, like
Especially
leaning
for
on
long.
the up to the wheel.
Yeah, I mean, just like hanging out, got my arms on my armrest and holding it with like 2 fingers and just driving. But then like there's a bar in the back of them seats and like you get to hitting the bouncy road, man, it'll just tear my sciatic nerve up, and I'll be like, I won't be able to extend my left leg because it'll just hurt so bad.
He pushed out into a jump shot. Means he must be feeling pretty good.
I'll tell you what sucks with back pain is having a butt. If you don't have a butt and you sit on it for too long, forget about it. I think that may be what it is because my back was hurting. Went into my sister's today and we all sat outside because it was too nice not to. And I was sitting on her little porch step that was this tall with my knees up above my butt and everything, and I got up and I could hardly move, and then it just only got worse after that. So sitting on a little concrete porch step for 2 hours trying to build my nephew, gosh, that was a great shot. And he's got the little window here with a 3.
Honestly, he could not have hit it better.
Mm.
From where the cue ball was to get, shape, that's about where you would put it with your hand, maybe a little closer.
Yeah, instead of here, you're like here.
That's it. That was an incredible shot by Jeremy. Yeah, he's definitely feeling a lot better this set than he was the first one.
Got that little angle here
Told
too.
you, I went in there and I rubbed his head like a little Buddha. Told him to calm down and that he's got this, and all of a sudden here he comes. After he missed that cut shot straight into the corner, about killed himself after that one.
It's going to sound crazy, but we've all known Jeremy for a long time, right? We probably know him as well as anybody. And
Yeah.
When he loses the first set, he gets like today. He lost the first set, and you can just tell he got angry. I was watching him.
Did
on
you see
stream.
how he lost the first set?
Yeah,
How brutal that
it was
was.
brutal.
No, I didn't see it.
But
3 foul ruled. for the hill.
But it was brutal. But following up with what I was saying is, Jeremy plays really good angry.
Yeah.
Most people get angry and they can't think clearly and stuff like that. That's not the case with him.
He
When
tries
gets
to
upset,
find a reason to get angry.
Yeah, it's like he puts that chip on his shoulder, and once that chip is there, he ain't missing. Not a whole lot.
Just got to keep that composure, and that might have been the worst thing Mike could have done was 3 foul that in that
Yeah,
set.
because you know he took it offensive.
There, you can hear me yelling through the door. Yeah, that's what you get for 3 foul on me. I'm about to 11-1 you, but
Yeah, you can hear him talking about it still.
They have
That's
some
funny how
chatter
you
on
can
this,
know
too.
it. You can know it in the booth.
that's the most disrespectful thing you can do, man.
Look
That's
it down, bro.
We were just talking about that. No more.
Mike's laughing. Mike doesn't even care if he wins this now. That's a victory all in itself.
I think that's what Mike's gonna try and do for the rest of the time. Just
I can
get him
remember-
again with a 3 foul.
I can distinctly remember about 2 months ago we were up here talking about 3 fouls, and Jeremy said it had never happened to him,
Now it's happened twice.
and
in
now
one
it's
week.
happened twice.
I even looked at Jeremy the other day. I was like, bro, we've been the only 2 people to get 3 fouled in this building.
I've never been 3 fouled yet either, and
Oh, it's going to happen. Trust me.
You know, I don't think it will, because I feel like if I'm ever in a spot where I feel like I'm gonna get 3 fouled on that second foul, I'm
Last
rolling
days.
balls around all over the
Yeah.
place. I'm gonna make it really hard for you to 3 foul me from wherever we're at for the third one.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sit me tied up real
Yeah.
tight to a
I'm
couple of balls.
I'm gonna roll a 9 ball up in front of the hole or something and make you go for it.
Yeah, I'd rather lose to a combo or a slap
Yeah.
shot any day.
I'm playing Mike my race to 15 for 500. And
There it is. Attaboy.
Good shot.
that was salty. But should be 8, and
Yeah.
for some reason it didn't go. There it goes. But yeah, I got ball in hands. Mike's sitting on 2 fouls, and I have one of the easiest outs you can ever
I know.
see.
I was commentating that match. he tried.
Chris
tried
and
to
Mike,
3
or
foul him.
Chris and Jeremy are in here, and they're like, "What is he doing?"
And you went for the 3
I
fouls
went for the
instead of
3
running.
foul, and I got the hook. I was like, "Well, at least he's got to hit it. Like if he doesn't, I get it." And they're like, "Why is he doing
He
this?"
got like 3 or 4 balls.
He's
For
like
five,
sandpaper.
500 on the line, and I'm like, I wanted that 3 foul so bad.
Disrespectful.
Just so you guys know, the sushi place is freaking awesome.
You want
Nice.
Like, I'm
this
gonna
shit?
live there. No. I might go back over.
Is that where you've been? I talked about
I'm
going there the
so
other night on
enjoying.
Thursday. I was like, it's 2 o'clock in the morning. You think they're over there? We could hear noise through the wall, and I was like, I know they got some sushi left over.
They gave us a stack of menus, and they're like, give them to everyone and let them know to come on over whenever they're done with their matches.
Oh,
I
that's
talked to
awesome.
the owner. I know, they're like, that's amazing. She's like, I didn't know really what you guys was doing over there.
With your blacked out windows.
Yeah.
It does
We're a
kind of
studio.
scare you.
Sketch.
We're a studio.
Yeah.
Got the rolled on paint.
I know, they're like, well, it's good to meet you. And
Have you
glad to
ever heard
know
of the
what you guys are
website
actually doing.
OnlyFans?
Films are being made.
We're the only studio.
Well, I was like, and I needed
a
to
great
explain
idea.
myself because I was like, if you're
Rent
gonna
the
see
place
me
out,
a
they
lot
can lay
in
on
here
the
with
table.
probably a bunch of dudes.
We can put a cloth
Yeah,
down.
somebody did.
Different. They're gonna be like, what is
You
up
know what I'm
with this
saying? I
chick?
mean,
We've
rent
been
it
talking
out.
about it.
Rent it out for a lot of money.
Sublet it.
10%.
Only studio. We got the camera. Hey,
Great
that's a
cameras.
business idea right there, guys.
Well, Jordan was in there when I got in there, and he was
God.
eating or about to eat, and I was like, well, I'm not gonna he's not sitting alone. Let's go up to the bar and we'll just sit together. And
Did
they're
he
like,
come back with
okay,
you?
yeah. I don't think he wanted to come back, but he's here.
So, what does Jeremy go to? 11?
Mm-hmm.
Did he Facebook pay you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I just gave Mike money, or Sam money, or straight out of my pocket.
Where they bet a little something on the side?
Yeah, there's some on this too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's what I did on mine against Ricky.
My wife's post. Today's like our 8-year like been together anniversary, like dating
Aw.
anniversary. She put on there, it's like the night before we were talking about taking things slow. And then next thing you know, we're dating. 4 months later, we're pregnant. And 2.5 years later, we're married. Best 8 years ever.
Aw.
We did too. The night before, we were like, let's take this slow. Then we were dating that very next day. And then here's Mac.
I remember meeting her at the Bent Penny.
Yeah.
Hmm.
22nd birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Where me and William now have a truce forever and always on nut taps. Because I got him really good like 3 years later when he wasn't knowing.
He got Mikey and then took off running.
I
and ran.
was so drunk. Like he hit me so hard I fell on the concrete, broke a glass, cut my arm. Like there was 3 women chasing him down the parking lot. I hadn't seen him.
He left. He ran to
His car and drove off.
Stepchild's.
So 3 years later, I'm sitting there. All of a sudden, dude, I don't forget. Like you know,
What an
opportunity! I tagged him, and he dropped to his knees. I was like, all right, truce, because I won't forget if you do it again.
He came up behind me one time trying to spank me, and got a little deep
Oh my god.
and hit the back edge of it.
Oh, Lord.
Oh man.
It's the soft ones, man, that really get you. Just
Speaking
that-
of spankings, what Jeremy Hundley's doing up here right now.
Oh,
Oh.
you talked about commentators'
Commentators
curse.
curse. It happens.
This makes it a 3-3 race if Mike can finish this out. Mike's cold.
Just
Yeah,
so
he's been
everyone
setting
knows, the
pretty
sushi
much.
place closes at 10, and so they said if you guys want anything before.
I'm so full. We ate the downtown black sheep.
Yeah, that's the best one.
Well, they got them habanero flavored cheese curds.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the best thing ever.
Heather,
What'd she say?
she said 23rd birthday. You also tried telling me when we first met you were 23.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Why?
Yeah,
Tell
why?
you're
Why?
younger
I was
than-
only like a few months away. I mean, I laid on. I was early, you know. Once the new year hits, you're older. Like,
That's
I mean,
typically a thing girls do that.
I just said I was 23.
That's typically something girls do. Oh, Lord.
Well, Mike missed that 7-ball. We were talking. He's been sitting.
Well, yeah, Jeremy's charred him
I'm going back
outside
to
of the
the
break.
sushi place.
And there was 29.
What a shot.
I'll be back. I'll be back at 10.
Heather, I thought you were 29 now.
You just earned some brownie points.
That's what I thought.
Brandon flirting with your wife live.
Go for it. She's out there advertising Momo Sushi. She's stoked about it. You're gonna see her a lot more around here, Brandon.
The wifey?
Yeah, but
Nice.
she'll only be here for like 20. No, yours. She'll only be here for like 20
Oh,
minutes
yeah.
at a time because she'll
That's
be next
pretty-
door.
Pretty typical. She comes.
Well, I know she hasn't been here very much lately.
No. Yesterday was her first time coming in a few weeks, and she was here 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the time before that, she was here like 10 minutes.
Yeah, delivering our DoorDash that got delivered to your house.
Yeah.
I think Doug Burnett's supposed to be coming up here tonight too
Nice.
to measure my shaft.
Mm.
That's,
You go from the top side. You never go from the
That's
top
why I
side.
came. That's why I came into the office.
yeah, you gotta go from
You gotta
the
go
bottom
from the
and
bottom.
Push,
Yeah,
push back.
you got more room. Have you seen that TikTok where he's like, "What do you mean from the bottom?" He's like, "You got more room back there." He's like, "Well, what about from the top?" You never measure from the top. That's where hurt feelings come from.
What do you do here? Do you try stuffing them in?
I'm going in that top corner and trying to bring this straight back out.
As good as he's hitting the ball, I feel like he's going to be offensive here. But I think with a 9-1 lead, you can really put the clamps on him right here if you wanted to.
Go for the 3 foul.
I like him, top right, spinning in behind the
I think he's gonna
89
cut it
ball.
down here below, about at the bottom corner.
He changed his mind. He was stroking looking at that corner.
Wing blue.
That's my one for you. Mike is older than you. I know that. You're 29.
Yeah, anytime we go somewhere, she gets carded and I don't. It's like,
You got a hit.
Yeah. Well, have you ever been called your wife's dad? Because I have.
no, definitely not.
And
Have
I
you
got
really?
Yeah. So I went to my cousin Bradley's football game.
I mean, she calls me daddy, but
I went to my cousin Bradley's football game. Took Ashley and my nephew Kyle because Kyle was playing football and Bradley's being scouted by like Harvard and a couple other big colleges. So we're up and like she's like, so we got 2 student discounts and with their parent. Like, are you kidding me? You just called my nephew and my wife my kid.
Wow.
oh, good shot.
Wow.
Jesus.
Good hit. Give him some love. That's a good shot.
Then we go to Brown Derby and the guy said, sorry, I have to ID you, and talked to Ashley. She's like, really? You're IDing me? I was like, what? You're not IDing me? He's like, well, typically they send a really old-looking guy in with a really young-looking girl. And I'm like, did you just call me really old-looking? I'm like, are you kidding me? These are both facts.
I'm 34 years old.
Yeah, get off my back.
That was a good shot by Mike, too.
Just because I got bags under my eyes like a Harley and no hair in the center of my head doesn't mean anything.
Bags under my eyes like an old Harley.
Rode hard and put away wet. So if you're Mike here, being down 9-1, ball in hand, obviously it's a very important game. I feel like he kind of needs to get this one, you know, if he's going to have a shot at the set. Because Jeremy's got at least 3 more breaks left.
Mr. Gorman sent me some pictures. That's cool.
Uh-oh. That's not what you wanted. I got 2 phones. Did you make a good hit there? I guess so. Nice shot.
This is a U.S. Army memes page. It says Russia ain't ready for this smoke. Look up here on the top.
Oh, that's funny. And a banana. A paddle and a shoe with a choker. That's funny. Ooh. Little weebly wobbly. Jeremy going for the hill.
Yeah, he took that 3 foul for real situation offensive, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Oh, I gotta stop that already.
Yeah.
Gosh, man. Dude, so my son's he started off pitching the last game. He started off pitching his first game today. Today he did phenomenal.
I loved pitching, man. It was so much fun.
Last year he struggled with it. Like he couldn't get the ball like to the plate without having to lob it. You know, like he was throwing sinkers to everybody.
Yeah.
This year, man, he's getting him to the plate. He caught a pop flight, got the kid out. Caught a grounder, threw it to first, got the kid out. Struck out 2 other kids.
Oh.
Yeah, struck out like 2 other kids. Then he went to first base. He got 2 people out there, I believe. Got a kid out on third.
Oh.
These
Hey,
tables.
there's a ball there.
Yeah. 6 got fat real quick.
You're not playing 8-ball, Mike.
Mike, there's a 6 ball there.
Yeah, you're solids, dude.
Good.
Dude, this table does confuse me because sometimes it'll roll for miles, especially if you're coming off a rail. And
Crazy
another,
Hats was playing super slow last night.
was it?
Super slow.
Probably all the humidity in the freaking air. I mean, there's so much moisture in there, not humidity.
I looked over at the thermostat at one point last night. It said 82,
Hot,
82
hot,
degrees.
hot. It's always hot.
I'm like, this is unreal.
Yeah, we were at the first night, or that Friday for the TTBA J Flower tournament, and I was just practicing on the 9-footer, and it was so hot back there. I propped the door open for a minute.
82
They
degrees.
actually played. They cleaned the tables, and we had the ball polisher over there, and we polished
Yeah.
all of the balls
Both days.
both days. And actually played really well.
Yeah.
It
They
made a
did
huge
play
difference.
good, I think. It's just different. You just once you adjust to it, but it was just warm. You know what I mean?
And it always is, especially with 31 players in the tournament, much less all the people that are there anyway. I mean, you got 60, 70 people in that building.
82 degrees inside. If they would have added some fans and a couple, bugs, I'd have felt like I was playing in the Philippines.
Right. A little dirt floor, everybody barefoot.
That's not a good safety.
Terrible.
Got away with it
Yeah,
by
not terrible.
when it netted up on that. It worked.
It would have been funny if he slow rolled that 4 ball just off the rail a little bit, made it to where you couldn't get the cue ball in between there anyway.
Well, I could tell where you were at earlier, Chris. Let's see.
Oh, from Nicole's story?
No, I'll show you real quick. I know where Mikey's at too.
Snapchat.
I don't even have Snapchat.
I should be
think.
right there next to you.
That was 3 hours ago, but
No, that's Nicole.
yeah, that's what I was saying. I thought you guys were out with the girls or something.
We went downtown to buy sheep, and then we went to Urban Air. That's long.
They're at the mall. That stuff weirds me out.
What's this heat stuff?
So that's people that have posted. So you can go anywhere in the world. Oh, mine's not loading up.
Martha's Vineyard.
you
I'm
can
sure
type-
there's all kinds of heat there.
There's a gay, that's a gay pride up in Florida. But yeah, that's where people have like posted too.
Oh, billiards
and you
is
can
hopping.
actually look at like all the games going on. Here's the UFC fight night going on right now up in Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, I didn't know any of that because I haven't had. So true story.
Dude, the Saudis love Snapchat. They post some of the craziest stuff.
I haven't had it for a couple of years.
I don't ever
got in
use
some
it.
trouble with it. And deleted it.
So, what I don't know where St. John, Newfoundland. Something's happening. I'm not getting good service right now. But yeah, you go over here. Look, the Saudis. Look how hot it is over here in Saudi Arabia. Those guys post everything. I'm always watching just different things in countries, see what's going on, what they're doing, especially food.
One set apiece.
11-1.
I don't know if we're gonna. You might not have this 11 o'clock one. I have an available spot at 11 tonight.
Yeah, this one will be over in about an hour and a half.
Well, that'll be 10:30. I was supposed to play at 9. This one ran a little
I
longer.
thought you guys was playing at 11.
Me and Floyd were at 9.
Oh.
I think the 11 canceled, or the 6 canceled. 5 canceled. Jeremy told me somebody had canceled.
Are you reporting these?
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the pyramids of Giza? People that are visiting.
That's crazy, man.
I know,
didn't
right?
do that.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah.
I look at all these, like all the state parks and national
I'm
parks.
sure. Well,
and-
you've had a lot of downtime sometimes on the road.
Right.
You ain't got much to do.
Well, and I just don't really. There's like 2 people that I constantly talk to on Snapchat. Like we just have our streaks going. Like me and my buddy Andrew went for like 800 days straight of Snapchat, just like 1 picture a day, whatever. So I don't really talk to anybody on Snapchat. But I like to see what's going on. Watch all the actual sports games live. Like I watched the Super Bowl. I watched a bunch of people that are posting Snapchat on the Super Bowl whenever it was going on. And Portland Pirates right here playing Providence. Right there, the hockey game.
That's cool.
There's Cincinnati versus Charlotte. Soccer. Great Smoky Mountains. Oh, got him.
What do you expect to see in this set here, based on what we've seen in the previous 2 sets, Brandon?
I bet it's 11-3. I bet Jeremy, it's going to be close. It's going to be 11-3, a little tighter. But the way Jeremy looked that last set, I think he's still going to pull it off.
Man, what a deal for Jeremy to step up and take this match too. Guys, these points they're crucial, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're giving up this kind of weight, and you don't have to, like you're choosing to give up this kind of weight and see if you can outrun it. Man, that's some gusto.
Right. I'm gonna change the subject. Did you call the St. Peter's beating Purdue yesterday?
No,
Oh man.
I had him in the Sweet 16.
Yeah,
and
I
then
saw
had
you
him-
got him against Kentucky.
Yeah.
But man, to beat Purdue like that.
That team, well, okay, so college basketball was really based on
What a
guard
shot.
guard play.
What a. Oh, I thought he got that.
Guard play is like the most important thing in college basketball, and they have that St. Peter's team has this point guard who's obviously way under the radar. But
Right.
I've kind of been able to catch a couple games of theirs this year. I don't even know why. It's just like randomly was laying in there in bed and just turned the game on right in there playing. And that point guard, man, he shoots the ball well, he dribbles the ball well, he passes the ball well, and he's better than everybody on the court on almost all times.
Has there ever been a 15 seed in the
Never.
top 4 or the final 4?
Nobody's a 15 this season never made the elite.
I didn't think so.
This is already the.
I,
We did have a couple years ago. We did have I think it's a 12 seed make the final 4. Loyola. I think they were a 12 seed.
They got what, UNC next?
Yeah,
North Carolina next?
Yeah.
Man.
I think that's tomorrow. Maybe it was tonight.
Is
It was
it?
tonight or tomorrow. I've been busy all day. I haven't paid much attention.
I'm rooting for him, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, the whole nation is
Yeah.
right at this point, unless you got, you're a fan
Unless
of
your
one of the
team like
teams.
UNC or something, yeah. Which a lot of
North
people-
Carolina looks good too.
They always do.
They came in as an 8 seed, which is probably way too underrated. They struggled at the beginning of the year, but
Right. I mean, they're top 4 every year.
at the end of the year, they was probably the best team in the country, honestly, for the last month and a half.
Who said they're back?
Jackie, probably. Nope, Noah. What's up, Noah? Welcome back, sir.
People think I look older than Heather. It's probably because they're putting gray hairs on the side of my dang head. I've been finding
Got this
more-
man working 80 hours a week.
been finding more and more of them things. I gotta keep my hair short. Every time it gets long, it's like I see it glistening. Every time I look in the mirror, it's like,
Mine too. Look, I'm starting to get it out of my gray in
Yeah.
my beard. I was gonna cut it off, but Nicole says she likes it, so she likes the gray hair.
I think mine will look decent. I just need more than just like a strand here, strand here. I want like that salt and pepper on the side, you know.
Speaking of salt and pepper on the side, funny story. I was a Black Sheep today, and I ordered me a burger. You know, I always order a burger, and so I start to pour the burger, or I start to pour some salt and pepper on my burger, and the salt was fine. I start dumping pepper, and somebody got me with the lid.
With the lid off.
I swear to God, I had an ounce and a half of pepper on my sandwich. So I called the waiter over there, and I was like, dude, I'm sorry, man, but I ain't gonna eat it. He just laughs. So I see him take my plate back there, and they're all laughing, and I'm like, these guys are all making fun of me right now. Like, and I'm not mad, but I just, give me a fresh burger, right?
Right.
Well, apparently when he came back to the table, I said, dude, I see you guys all laughing at me back there. I'm like, it's funny, I admit. He's like, no, that's not why we was laughing. He's like, well, yes, it was funny, but I decided I was going to take a bite of it to see what it tasted like. So he took a bite of
Oh no.
He took a bite of my burger with about this much pepper on top of it.
Speaking of burger, Mr. Noah, that's funny that he comes back and we start talking about that.
See a burger man?
No, we were making jokes about burgers being the new bet of pool.
Oh. So man,
So we're betting White Castles now? Is that what
I'll bet you 30
It's
right
the
now.
new sign dollar.
Yeah, he took a whole bite of my burger.
So what would always concern me ever since I watched Road Trip, if I ever send my food back and I hear the kitchen laughing, I just instantly go to the movie Road Trip. You know, with the French
you're not
toast.
eating it either. Yeah,
Yeah, with the French toast, like I hear them
wait.
laughing. The dude's licking it, throws it in his pants, and I'm just like, nah. I just want something else.
So what's the burger restaurant that's like from the south that's coming to Springfield? They got like 3 locations now.
Dude, they're making a freaking Whataburger.
Whataburger, yeah.
Whataburger, yeah.
Have you guys tried that?
It's amazing.
I have. I'm not like
I love
super
it.
sold on it. We had one in Alabama.
I get it every time I go to Texas.
Me and Jordan Chapman and Jeremy Johnson went to
In and out.
Arkansas,
Oh.
and they have a Whataburger there.
Mm-hmm.
And we was there for a tournament. Well, I wanted Taco Bell, so we went to Taco Bell, and they wanted Whataburger. So I had an opportunity to try it, but I can't pass on a cheesy gordita crunch when the opportunity presents itself.
Man, every time.
I love cheesy.
I do too. They're great, but every time I'm in Texas, I have to go to Whataburger.
I've heard nothing but
Either
good
that or
things
In and
about
Out. Like there's a big
In and out.
battle.
Oh, I love it.
There's a big battle about which one's better. To me, they're both virtually the same, but I love them both. They're good burgers.
Speaking of Good Burger, I love Good Burger.
Welcome to Good Burger, home of the Good Burger. Can I take your order?
it. Worst movie ever.
We have it up. It is. It's terrible.
That is the worst movie
Who
I've ever
loves
seen.
orange soda? Kel loves orange soda. It is. It's a terrible movie, but it's
Insane.
funny though. I love it. I hate it, but I love it. It is retarded.
I remember starting to watch it when I was younger, and I couldn't get into it. And then, for whatever reason, my daughters decided to watch it.
It's
the
on
other day,
Netflix.
and I'm like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
It's absolutely horrible.
Jeremy's starting to feel it. He's doing a lot of those shots that you pull off if you're filling your game instead
Right.
of using top and going 3 rails. You're trying to play it safe and just float it down.
And you can also tell, and this is going to sound crazy, but you guys will know because you know Jeremy. When he's going down and grabbing a rack quickly,
He's
hurry
fired
up
up.
and
Yeah.
getting it on the table, he's feeling good.
And running to the ball. Yeah, he's
Just
moving
walk-
around the table quick.
Yeah, for all you viewers who are unsure what we're talking about, watch it. Watch him when he wins his next rack. Assuming he breaks and runs this, watch how quickly he goes down and gets a rack. When he does that, he's feeling like really, really good.
That right there, folks, is what you call the break. You don't get much better than that.
I think maybe you pointed that out to me the last time we was commentating on Jeremy's match, Brandon.
Well, even whenever he's like in a peppy, good mood, like at the beginning of the match, you can see he's moving around the table, he's joking, he's having a good time. But then he also gets that serious, like, fast move where he's just, like, dialed in. His vision is straight at the table. It's just laser beams, man. He's just down and in.
Go back and across 2 times here.
Oh, just a little bottom left. Come off the rail once. You don't want to get too
I
much
think
of
you
an
want to be
angle.
on this
Yeah,
side of the table.
Yeah, you do, for sure. You don't want to get too much of an angle and leave yourself down there on the 9.
I think he's going 2 rails across.
Yeah, probably so.
Yeah, just like that.
One of the fastest wrecks you'll see.
Oh, he can't grab the rack on that one.
Wonder if Floyd found himself a place to go lay down.
I think he was dozed off when I came in.
Dude, every time I see him anyway, he's always just...
He was kind of like this, just sitting. He may have been looking at the table. I don't know.
He's kind of like Brandon's dad.
Yeah.
Noah says, he goes, Table Titan stream sponsored by Whataburger and Netflix coming to a town near you.
Like I said, we can make this rectangle in the bottom right-hand corner as big as we want it.
That's 3-0 on the score, B.
Nope, just rake my hand across the mic. Wake up, everyone. Me and Noah have a standing burger bet.
Dude, I'm down for betting burgers.
I'm always down for betting tacos, burger, any food, dude.
Bet it up, too. Let's bet a whole bag of burgers.
Oh, man. Dude, what if White Castle's got the boxes of burgers?
I've never had White Castle. I've never had White Castle or Whataburger.
Not a lot of people are big fans
Or
of
In-N-Out.
the White Castle. I
They have the sliders, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
they're a little bit, but they also make them like on a bed of onions. Like the patties are cooked on a bed of onions.
I'm out.
Like, and yeah, they're really greasy. Like,
Yeah, I'm out.
they can mess the stomach up, man. You think Taco Bell's bad, but
See, I never had the problem with Taco Bell.
I don't either. I have a really strong stomach. Like, I eat some of the hottest food constantly.
I had one
every
problem
day.
with Taco Bell, and Brandon was a part of that problem.
I had a problem too.
You guys got food poisoning?
Yeah,
Oh man.
to say the least.
So bad.
I feel like the Russians were involved. It was that bad.
It was so bad. I felt bad for Kenny too. 'Cause,
Chemical
like,
warfare. Oh,
Yeah.
because you guys were living at his house. That's right.
Yeah, and,
I've heard this story.
Yeah.
I've heard it.
we were
It was a
trying to
bad
clean it
deal.
up and couldn't clean it up, so we just left it.
Poor Kenny's had to deal with a lot
Kenny's
of
one of
that.
the best people I ever did. And he didn't care at all.
Kick off there.
He might be able to see an edge there.
Oh yeah, he could jack up on it, just catch a slight edge of it.
Well, you want to keep control of the cue ball with where the 5 is. So he may go around to be on top of the 5 here. Kind of
Oh,
where
he can
his,
see a
where
lot
his
of it.
left elbow is, I think maybe good spot.
He can see a lot more than I thought he could.
Oh, he stayed under.
Brandon Spears trying to set up an event with Jeremiah, a pit battle. Jeremiah said, "Get something you can
I
win
see
with."
that. I see that.
Who's trying to make a bet?
Brandon Spear.
Oh yeah. Come on, Brandon. I've been trying to get a game with you. Let's do it.
Oh, jeez.
Did Jeremy touch that ball, maybe?
No, he didn't. Oh, did he?
He might. I think he must have, because Mike,
Didn't take the ball
he
in
didn't
hand.
move the ball.
Okay.
I almost looked like it wiggled a little bit.
I didn't see anything, but I really wasn't looking either. He's kind of got a little jab going on.
Well, he has not shot at a lot of balls in the last hour.
Right. Yeah.
Also, the man's fresh off of surgery.
Is
Got
he?
his gallbladder taken out, and he's still got the.
Really?
He said he's got 3 holes in him.
Man, I thought I was gonna have to get my gallbladder removed. That's a terrible thing, especially because I
baby.
love spicy food, and they say it can really mess you up to eat spicy after that. But my buddy Steve, he's worse than I am on spices, and he had his removed. Man, he still eats the dumbest, hottest stuff you'll ever imagine. I mean, he grows his own habaneros and ghost peppers, and then dehydrates them and turns them into powders.
Oh no. There's a pocket there.
Been there a long time.
back when they first created the game, there was a pocket there.
Did they put one in the side too?
Yeah,
I
they
wasn't
did.
sure if the first one was there, but I thought the second one for sure.
Mike's gonna go back and listen to this, and he's
I'm never
gonna
playing
send
there
us a big
again.
middle finger emoji.
He's got his headphones in. He might send this one here soon. I think it was a miss. Yeah, I'm not sure. No, I don't know if that ball moved or not. All I know is I need to change my break up. I was leaving that 9 ball way too close to the pocket on my breaks, and I just drew a blank.
You change your break up.
Well, no, who did I play? I just drew a blank. Lehman. He took advantage of it a lot. Like, he went after that 9 ball quite a bit.
This table is definitely not breaking like it was 3 months ago.
It's weird. Like Sam and I were sitting here talking about it. He's like, every now and then he's like, you break and the table just springs a leak and everything just goes everywhere.
Right.
And you're kind of wondering, and you're like, did I hit him bad the other 12 racks? Like, what's going on?
Yeah. Before my
I
match
got a
with Lehman.
monster break going on right now. It's
Do you?
ridiculous.
Before my match with Lehman earlier that afternoon, I was in here and that's all I was doing was breaking. I wasn't making anything. But then I come in here and I was playing Lehman and I was making plenty of balls. I think I made the 9 on at least 3 or 4 breaks. Once or twice in the side, although it doesn't count in this pit battles.
I think I better go get me a white monster.
I'm gonna need. Oh, you don't want to make that. Okay, that worked out.
It definitely didn't. It doesn't help a whole lot, but
No, it didn't hurt him a whole lot either, but it would have been better to get a little bit better angle towards that corner pocket. Okay, fill me in. Why was he aiming at the side pocket there?
There's no
unaware. I'm unsure.
There's no pocket on that table where that cue ball's going.
maybe he's looking
unless
for the
he
scratch.
draws. Unless he draws like ridiculous.
Was he looking at a tangent line? I have no idea.
Yeah, because like the 90's over here.
Well, I guess I wasn't seeing what you're talking about, but now watching that, like Brandon said, there's a tangent line there. He probably just want to make sure he can push that cue ball to that first diamond on a draw shot there. Which I think is too much, honestly. Right here, you probably just high ball, focus on making your 6, and let the 7 leak out 2 rails behind the 8, come back up table, or the cue ball, 2 rails behind the 8.
Yeah, just get up here on that in between the second and third diamond and come on.
Too much.
Yeah, you're risking that scratch,
And you're playing to the corner.
and you're risking that scratch. Yeah, I mean, hit between that second and third,
Yep,
come back
exactly.
around, and come up by the side pocket, and have that easy
That
cut
was
up to the
natural-
corner.
natural shape.
100%. And now you've got a risk of that side pocket again, and getting on the short side of that 8 ball. See, there, oh man, you got close. Oh,
Beautiful.
Couldn't have hit it any better.
no, you
That
couldn't
was a
have.
great shot.
But there was so many risks there.
Oh, yeah.
That was a big time risk. That cue ball moved a lot.
6 pockets times 2 going around the table, 12 chances of scratching right there.
Especially like you were aimed straight at the side.
I was getting ready to say this one's just as easy to
Scratch off.
miss as that last
Oh,
one
yeah,
or
miss.
scratch. You just making multiple shots in a row. You just have to do it.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give me a drink here in a second. Oh, and Jeremy's on 4, by the way.
Is it?
Yeah. Brandon, you need anything?
No, I'm okay. Thank you though. to stand up for a little bit. Oh my goodness, dude. I think that bag is trash.
It's got like full deodorant and shooters.
You just chuck it in here.
Here, you got a trash can underneath here.
My wife's bringing me a brulee cheesecake and the chocolate latte.
Floyd went over to Momo.
That's where Ashley is. Is Jordan still out there? Or did he go back to Momo too?
There ain't nobody out there. Jordan's around?
Did he?
Yeah.
He
Him
was,
and
he
Ashley.
was over there at the sushi place. Him and
Oh.
Ashley.
Yeah,
Is there
they're-
alcohol over there?
Yeah.
There's a bar.
Oh,
You want to go? See you, Brandon. You got to work. We need a window. Like a false door here. Be like.
I heard him cooking something over there. I told Jeremy last night, I was like, I'm cutting a hole in the wall, and if they're making steaks on the other side of that wall, I'm going to be eating well.
Dude, just like a little false sliding door. Be like,
Hey.
Make it look like it's a hole for like plumbing or something, like one of those service holes.
mm-hmm.
Put
Oh,
like some
no.
pipes in there that you can move around, but it looks like if they open it up that there's a water pipe.
That's what I'm saying, man. All we need is a little window.
Well, he got on it.
He
This-
was on the 3-ball, that's for sure.
This table's so hard, man.
A little bit more right-hand English is what he, a little right-hand spin is what he needed there. And that would have been, actually, he hit it with good speed, just not enough spin.
Mm-hmm.
I was talking with Sam about it earlier, but have you guys seen all the drama around the Predator tables?
I was reading a lot of it, and I have a different opinion on it. And I don't know that I should make that opinion public, but
Oof.
I seen the balls rolling off too. I seen a couple videos of balls rolling off, and they're not playing great.
The table mechanic, Tom Gorman's, was in the chat talking about it too. The table mechanic says he makes the adjustment and then 2 hours later it happens again. Like it loses the adjustment. And they have Oscar's dad, Ernesto, who is maybe the best table mechanic in the country out there working on it in Vegas. And if that man can't figure it out, there's something wrong with the table.
I agree, and from what I've heard, that he probably is the best.
Yeah.
Those tables are definitely rolling off. I seen videos and I thought, oh my goodness.
Jason Shaw withdrew his name from the event.
So that's where I think the drama actually comes into it. And if you just want my honest opinion,
Yeah.
it's something I was
No,
thinking of.
I was thinking too.
Jason Shaw is basically the number one guy, player representative for Matchroom.
Yeah, him and SVB both are two of their top guys, and Carl boys, and you know the ones everyone really look up to. Matchroom done the right thing and got the right guys involved.
Oh, absolutely.
And but saying that, I was think that did pop into my head, but at the same time, I feel like Jason's a straight shooter, and
So
he's also a pool player and doesn't have any, and he has a lot to lose.
I say that with reserve.
Yeah,
though,
no, I
because
get you.
I watched the tables roll off. Like
Yeah.
I've seen it happen. And
So
he
that's
is
what the
100%
thing's going on
correct.
is it's just
Yeah.
rolling off bad, like terribly, or
Bad.
like,
They're rolling bad. They're playing really bad. Like the ball's just rolling and just turning.
are they saying what might be the cause of it? Nobody can
It's like
figure
they're
it
just
out, or
unleveling.
It's like they're blaming. It's the Predator tables is what it is, and it's. So here's the thing. I was at the Rio in that convention center on Monday, watching them set those tables up. Like I was watching them do it. There was one room had 140 tables. The second room had another 130 tables, and then the third room had another 100 and some.
jeez,
That's so they're moving in and setting up that many tables.
like 400 plus tables.
Yeah, for this event, for this week-long event, not just
Well,
the
that's
Predator,
just
that's for the
that's the
BCA.
BCA Nationals.
But it's
too.
all. What I'm saying is, it's all out there, and it's the same crews setting it all up. I was watching it happen. It's the same people bringing all the tables in. So when you got that many tables and that much moving parts going on at once,
Right.
it's
Yeah, but
gonna-
once you make the adjustment and it's rolling good, it should stay that way.
oh, 100%.
Okay, so that's the problem. So like
Yeah.
they're setting it up and it's rolling good at first, but then all of a sudden it like settles.
Something settling. It
So-
could be a bolts issue on the table,
I
like
got
where
you.
it's not. I don't know, but supposedly they have the same leveling technique as Predator, but
As
there's
Diamond.
actually two as Diamond. Sorry, as Diamond, but they have 2 extra leveling points as well.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do.
I
Are
feel
those
like
single slate tables or are they 3 slate?
I think they're one those Predators. I think are one piece.
Are they?
I think
I'm
I
not
could be
sure.
wrong. They may be 3-piece, but I also feel like
I would've
you
tried to
guys should
break
be
that
very
9-7 up.
reserved as to what you say on that
Oh,
on that situation.
yeah, it's okay.
Just for future, you never know what could come along in the future.
Yeah.
But I'm in no part of Table Titans, so I can. Kind of
Everyone's
speak
talking
freely.
about it, and I mean the pro players are speaking out about it.
I think the biggest concern I have for it is who. And it probably took somebody like Jason withdrawing from the tournament to make it the issue known to be as big as it is, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like it just should have came from somewhere else other than him.
Well, I mean, Sky's mom, and Sky just wants to play pool. We know how Sky Woodward is.
Right.
His mom made a post and comment earlier, and I'm not sure Sky would really appreciate. Maybe he doesn't care. I mean, he's probably just. She said, I heard from Sky and several others on how bad these tables are in Vegas, and this was absolute pool that shared it talking about it.
The whole pool community is talking about it. Really,
Yeah.
the whole anything that's involved with like a professional level is talking about the pool tables out there. So are they moving them from the Rio to a different location for the World Tin Ball, or is it at the Rio as well?
It's at the Rio as well.
So that gives them a better opportunity in my mind to make things better in time for that event.
Yeah. I feel like with Ernesto on it, he's gonna get it figured out anyway. Like, he was on their main streaming table 1.
I seen some pictures of him putting in the work,
Underneath it.
with a wrench and a level. And
Windows Open or whatever that group.
Molina
I think
Mike, yeah.
that's Molina, Mike, and possibly Oscar. They're all pretty much best friends with Dominic Dunn. Good try, Jeremy. He said pops under the table getting it done or putting in work or something like that.
Changing the subject again. Dude, that picture, like, that shit means so much to me with Kenny Turner right there, like working with my kid, you know what I mean, right
Yeah.
there.
I can imagine
That
so.
was me at one point in time with Kenny Turner, you know.
Yeah.
Dude, I might go check out Momo and see what it looks like, see what's popping.
Probably gonna do a shot.
Might get an old bottle of sake. Some of that Japanese wine, that rice wine.
You can take that comfy chair.
Oh, this one is comfy. Who's this one? Yours or B's?
That
or
one's mine.
Jeremy's. Yeah, is that 7 ball? Can he make that 7 ball from there?
That's pretty close.
Maybe one of them shots where you kind of see him rail first and bottom English and kind of hold the cue ball there and send the 7 ball up behind the 9. I don't know. He may want to be offensive here. I don't know. guess that ball does go. Well, that's going to make this a very interesting set. 5-2. Been a long day up here for you, huh?
Yep. I think we got here right at 4. So not as long as normal, honestly, but still fairly long. I was thinking about playing Mike if my back was feeling okay, but there's just no way.
Yeah, you don't want to be bending up and down on a pool table if your back's hurting. That's like one of the worst things to it.
That and I bit the bullet Friday. Literally walked in straight from work and it was brutal to get going, but I shot okay.
Who'd you play?
Adam Carney.
Did you win that or?
Yeah. I lost the first one 5-5, and then I won 7-0 and 7-3.
Have you guys updated the points on?
We're gonna do it once a week, kind of like Fargo does.
Okay.
I've got all of our stuff reported into them. We'll probably see that what they'd update ours Tuesday or Wednesday for Springfield. See that taking effect then.
Have you been in contact with Fargo? Anybody from Fargo about that?
Yeah.
Mike or Brian?
Brian.
I liked working with Brian. He's pretty good, easy dude to work with.
Yeah, he's always answering all kinds of questions.
Fired it in.
Jeez. Jeremy's a monster when it comes to caroms and combos, man.
Yeah, one of
That's
the better
ridiculous.
I've seen.
Yeah.
I suck at combos.
Me too.
Actually make more of them by hitting them hard and slotting it somewhere else.
There's a strategy to it. Glenn Nolan will teach everyone that strategy.
Hey, I could fall asleep in this chair here, dude.
I'm ready. It is a chore to move. I wish this window was bigger. Tom Gorman with the wake up. Ding.
Mike Hammond says he hears us. So he might be listening to us in his headphones.
Oh, yeah. He may have learned a thing or two about burgers tonight, so. $5.26. I love it. Tom's got the 526 Club. He's our next sponsor for our event. We're doing the 526 Open. And so he sends 526 stars every now and then.
Where is his place?
It's just built onto his house. He has, I think, 3 different places. He told me kind of the backstory on it. His dad used to take him. There were only a few places they could go to play pool, or did go to play pool, and the 526 Club was one of them. So it's kind of like a thing for his dad, I believe. But he's buddies with Oscar. And
So he's probably like
Ernesto.
out west in California.
Yeah, he's in California. And he's friends with Corey Dool and all those guys, so he gets all the big dogs to come play with him. He's
That's pretty cool.
yeah, he's in real close with a lot of the St. Louis guys. So Ricky Evans and Bergman and Brady Berman and all of those guys, and they rock his 526 gear all the time. He said he'd send us some hats down here, and I would love to wear some 526 gear. I'd wear it every day.
526 is a good number.
It is, yeah.
Well, I was hoping to stir up some action tonight.
Tried to get Sam with you on the big table. He said no, unless it's one pocket.
Yeah.
Told him you've been interested in playing people one pocket, but for some reason I thought Jeremy told me that Floyd and Mikey were playing a different night, because they were signed up for tonight, and then he said someone else. Maybe it was Floyd and someone else. But oh no, that's the first ball I've actually seen him outright miss.
In a while.
Yeah.
In a long, long while.
It was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah, he scratched on a couple balls, but I don't think I've seen him miss a ball in
No.
maybe the last 2 sets.
I'm glad to see him actually play this match. It's made him shoot more than I've seen him play in a long time.
Oh my goodness.
I would have just cut it in. I didn't even see the kick shot.
I never even thought about the kick. I mean, it was interesting. I have to go back and rewatch that.
If we're in his ear right now, he's probably shaking his head.
All love, Mr. Mike. You know that.
Yeah,
buddy.
Mike's good people.
Oh, God. It's 2 balls in a row he's hit bad. Make no mistake, he hit that bad. He'll tell you himself.
I'm freezing that cue ball right on top of the net.
Yeah, I think in this situation I am too. A lot of times it just depends on who you're playing. He's thinning it and going around table maybe. But when I do this ball, like you're talking about, when you freeze it right, I like to freeze it a little off on the side before you take that straightaway kick. He may not have been able to do it from the position he was in either, but I like to go like,
Yeah, one side.
like 5 o'clock on that ball, like, you know what I mean, or 7.
Oh, he didn't even hit
That
it.
is a foul. That is a foul. Wow.
He was trying to absolutely just dead nuts freeze that ball.
Just a little short.
It's a huge rack
Yeah,
there.
that is a huge rack.
It's now a 4-3 race rather than a 6 or whatever 5-2 race. Math is hard.
That was really a 3-game swing.
Yeah.
That one rack. Either direction. I mean, if Mike wins, it's a 3-game swing the other way.
Mm-hmm.
But if he was wearing a Fenway Park hat, it probably wouldn't have happened.
He said my bifocal got in the way. Just hit it bad. Uh-oh.
Okay. Are you running this rack out, or are you looking to get on a 9-ball quick?
I'm running the rack out. It's
I think
2.
he's spinning down and below this 2-ball here. No, he's not.
I don't see any issues running this out.
Oh, I thought you was getting ready to say I don't see anybody trying to get on that 9-ball from there.
Oh, no, I see that.
I was gonna say we know a few.
There's a few that I can think of off the top of my head. Oh man, the other night when I saw Ricky Hunt with 3 or 4 balls left on the table and he took that combo.
Yeah, playing me. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
crazy, but it worked.
It worked. He made it.
He had ball in hand with 4 balls on the
Pretty
table,
much
and
in
they
the
were
pocket.
all pretty much in the pocket. Actually, the combo was the hardest shot out of everything.
Yeah.
But I think, that said, I was playing pretty good. And I had him, because he jumped out on a lead on me on it. And then I had basically had him chaired, other than him breaking dry, for like 4 or 5 games in a row. So he probably thought, he probably didn't have much confidence in getting out. So
Yeah.
this is a touchy shot here.
Yep. This was the touchy spot here. All he has to do is just.
He just said that's so bad. It is, but I think he can get away with it here,
Oh
fortunately.
yeah. I think he's just wanting more towards the diamond or the spot. Got some of the wrong
So if you're
spot.
playing this combination, Bree, and I would assume that most of us are going to here, do you like playing the 6-ball into the rail first because of how it's laying, or do you like trying to cut it into the 9?
Rail first, and I'm
'Cause
trying to leave
it's
the
a
cue
big
ball
window
here.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to leave the cue ball here, up on the rail, and going rail first, close to the rails as I can. He's gonna have to.
He's going to cut it into the 9. And it still may work, but nope.
Mike's being in your head, talking about earlier. He's trying to find a groove. You can tell he's kind of struggling. He got chaired for a while. He's actually not played bad tonight.
No, I haven't seen him play bad at all, really. I mean, just
He's
not
just trying
finishing.
Yeah, he's just trying to get in that groove again. Uh-oh.
Roll the 9.
Play off the 9.
I
bank
promise
it
you,
2 rails.
Mr. Nolan's rolling that 9 here. He's not even trying for the out. Oh.
Should have rolled the 9. Well, it's definitely weird. Definitely.
Slow mo. You want to get slow mo lunches?
Yeah,
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't if you want.
I'll go.
Brandon's gonna go out and use a slow motion video on this hit. That's one thing I started doing in my tournaments here a while back, and a lot of people are doing it. A lot of other people are doing it too. And honestly, guys, it's really the best way to watch a hit. Takes the human element out of it. I mean, let's see what he does here. Foul. Foul. Well, that was actually a really good hit on an eyeball, though. So if you guys are, any of you guys out there listening, have not thought about using slow motion camera when watching a close hit like this, you really should. It has absolutely made a difference in a few different situations that I've been involved with. So it's definitely the way to go. Oh, that puts Jeremy on 8. Jeremy needs 3. Mike needs 3. Is a race of 3 for the match. Race of 3 for the points.
It was a great break until that 7 ball came along.
Mm-hmm.
No, 130 for the 130 club. Thank you, sir.
He's gonna jump this.
Over the shoulder.
No hands on the table.
Lose all kinds of stability if you do that kind of float. Like
Why
that, I'm
would
not
you- Not sure why you do that in that situation. Maybe that's just the way he's always jumped, and I've never noticed it. That, or maybe it has to do with his surgery, his
could
operation
be.
he had. You know,
uncomfortable.
yeah. It
We
could be
noticed,
pretty uncomfortable.
We noticed some stuff with Jim yesterday when he was playing.
I
you-
can see that.
He looked a little out of sorts on his stroke. Well, he's had shoulder issues.
Yeah, he just had rotator cuff surgery or something, right?
Yeah, and Jeremy was like, "Why are you shooting like that?" And he's like, "Well, because my shoulder hurts." I'm like, "All right, that makes sense." Christopher Quam. Yes, we have another one after this. We have Mike Berry versus Floyd Cheatham.
What are their Fargos?
Mike's like a 5 something now, or is he, maybe he's still. They're in the Division 4.
So it'll be a race to 5.
5, yeah.
Okay. So I noticed that me and Ricky also raced to 5 on Thursday, and we're in a higher division. So if it's 2 Division 1 players, do they race to 5 also?
Yes.
So the handicaps only come in when you're playing somebody from a different.
Mm-hmm. The lowest handicap player will always go to 5. So we're dropping 2 games. So for every 2 games, the lower handicap drops to go to 5. The higher handicap will drop those games.
That's awesome.
As well.
That's awesome. Sitting here watching 3 races to 11 could take a while if that was to happen.
So Floyd Cheatham's at 445 and Mike Berry's at 413.
Okay, so it should be a good competitive match.
Yeah.
You'll see some balls missed, but
Actually, both these guys play really well. We're going to definitely see missed balls, but they play well for low 400s.
I was getting ready to say that. That was going to be the next thing I said. Mike, of course, we grew up with Mike, so he's starting to return to his form a little bit. But I think maybe, honestly, in the last year, Floyd may be the most improved local player we have.
Man, I'm telling you, Floyd he's actually going deep into tournaments.
Yeah, open tournaments.
Tournaments.
Not rated tournaments. Not
that one on his birthday, he played lights out.
Mm-hmm. I just from a player standpoint, like I said a year ago, when you drew Floyd in a match, you're like, oh yeah, got this one, know. And I promise you, it's not that way anymore.
No.
It's like you have to not make a mistake.
He's got a lot of promise in that 550 and under division, because we're taking the top 4 players from each division for the big end of year tournament, and he's got a really strong chance. Him and Mikey both have a great chance to get in there.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey lost to Lehman the other day, but Lehman's another one that's going to be tough in that division.
Well, you just named three of the people that I think could easily be in the top 4 in that division.
Yeah. We had a lot of people question us at our last tournament as to why we weren't playing in it. And really we want to make sure the event goes smooth, and we don't really want to win the money we're putting in, but it's kind of like your pool players. You're trying to do good things for the pool scene, why not enjoy it as well?
Well, and I've done that myself. Often contemplated not playing in my own events when I was running them, but the reason why I started running events is so I can have something that I enjoyed playing in.
Yeah.
And so I fully understand you guys playing. I was going to ask you that too. I noticed you guys didn't play in the tournament, but you're playing pit battles. So.
Yeah, Jeremy played. He played in his.
Well,
his
you didn't
bracket,
play,
but
right?
John and I, neither one of us. I think we're gonna have, depending on the amount of people who show up, we'll have at least 2 people running tournaments, and we'll kind of rotate who's playing the event. You're gonna have to play an event and do well to place in your division. That's just how it's gonna be. Unless you're in that 550 and under, or maybe even the 650 to 600, because you're competing against the higher skills. You could just focus on the pit battles and still make a big difference. But I think you're gonna have to at least play and score in one event to have a chance. And so I mean, I don't expect to have a chance in my bracket and not playing, and maybe only but one of them. But still, it's just fun. That's not what I'm there for. I just want to play.
Right. I mean, wherever the points fall is where they fall. It's still, even if you only play one event, it's still going to be a good event to play in. So, for anybody listening, just because you can't make all the events, and you may not even have a chance to get there on the point side of things, doesn't mean you can't come out to at least one tournament, because
event.
It's still a good tournament no matter what.
We've guaranteed at least 1,000 added to each event. These first 2 are 1,500, so the next one's 1,500 guaranteed added. We had 44 total players last time, but this time we had a lot of people show up that said they were going to, but end up couldn't, but they still came out and showed their support for the tournament. They're like, we're not missing the next one. And we had a bunch of people from now on just saying, we're not missing the next one. So I see those numbers going up. I would say 50, 55, and I think it'll grow by at least 5 to 10 each time.
I think the next one, I think you guys will be over 64 on the next one. Yeah, because I know of probably, myself included, 25-ish players that I can think of at the top of my head that was not able to do the last event because of a couple other prior commitments, and there was a couple really big important tournaments like in the Kansas City area.
We're going up against another couple big ones for this next one too, but they're a little further away.
I think you guys will get 60 plus, 64.
Yeah. And
if we're at 63 and we want to get to 64, I'll just play twice.
We had several people say, "Can I play this bracket?"
Yeah,
the other one?
I'll play a higher bracket in my bracket. So so let's use me for example. I would be playing in the 550 to 600, 551 to 600. Am I only playing in my skill level until the final 16, or how's that work?
So it's just the 2 brackets. So you will be mixed in with the 550 and unders as well. So anything 600 and under, you're mixed in with that. The next bracket's redrawn, and we had a lot of great questions because it's different. It's something completely new. It's still a split bracket, but it's divisions and all kinds of stuff beyond the actual tournament. So people get confused between the divisions for pit battles and the tournament format and everything like that. So 601 and up, they have their own bracket. When we mix in the final 8, they get mixed in together. It's not like the high bracket still on one side and the losers bracket, or the well, that's another question. We had the final four, the losers bracket and the winners bracket, 2 from each side. It's a fresh draw. So the losers bracket, they no longer have any losses.
Okay.
They start over fresh, and they mix back in with the winners side, and the 600 and under winners and losers all get mixed in as fresh players all over again. So
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I'm not missing the next one. Whatever. I don't think I've planned anything else important for the rest of the time, just because I don't want to miss another event.
it's cool, man. I'm digging it, and I've been talking with Tom, the next sponsor, and he's such a good person for the game of pool. He appreciates people that try and do a lot of things for pool, and he's trying to make this next event something special for us and help us out. And he's trying to help drive the numbers up and make this one even more prestigious beyond the money and the points. So I'm excited once we get everything figured out. We already know the dates, but we'll get everything else released here shortly. It's just kind of exciting. He said sorry. What did I say the score was going to be? 11-3. I feel like it's going to hang there. I have the perfect match for you, Ken. I think
Oh goodness.
Adam Carney would be a great matchup with you. 2-2 race.
So the 1,500 added, does that go to the tournament payout itself, or does that part of that money go to the overall points championship as well?
No, the 1,500 added goes just to that tournament. We've got a 5,000 guaranteed prize pool for anything beyond the tournaments. So we're doing a top shooter from each division. The top ladies spot was actually covered by Driven, Brittany Maynard, and the Driven company from Sand Springs. And if we get more sponsors, the pit battles and the TTBA fees all 100% go to the end of the season prize pool. So if we get over 5,000, it's just going to keep climbing. So the more people, the more pit battles. We're actually doing pit challenges as well. So what we'll do, because the 550 and unders may have a hard time competing in the 600 and under or whatever, we're going to do like a little it's going to be like a pit battle, but we're going to do a little 8-man tournament with the 550 and under only. Get them in here, and they're playing first place will get pit points, 15 pit points. So that'll be a cool little unique thing. This has a lot of possibility to be a really cool event. We've got all kinds of ideas.
Yeah, I mean, really just, I've seen a lot of the behind the scenes things that go into it. Not all of it, but some of it, probably more than others.
Yeah, for sure.
Really, at this point, it just needs participation from everybody, support from everybody, and this is a very good opportunity for players of all skill levels to, get into grease, so to speak, and have a chance to be competitive with some of the big dogs of the area for some really good cash. So.
Yeah, we had Jeff Taylor, who came in from out of town, the Rolla area, I believe, or somewhere, I can't remember. And he competed well all weekend. He was a 474 Fargo. I did some diligence on him, and before that 600 and under event was finished, and we knew he was going into the final day, I told him, hey, you're not going to be able to play in the 550 and under event. Completely agreed. Had no issues whatsoever with it. Said, I agree with you. You're not going to have any complaints from me. He draws Dan Harriman right off the bat. Wins 7-7. That made his whole tournament. You get to play against someone, they're spotting you. And you have a good chance to go against him. He actually beat Dan and got third place for the whole tournament. He ended up playing another guy in his bracket. They had a close match, and he lost to Ricky Evans for the hot seat, and then lost to Greg Hogue for third place. So
Nothing to be ashamed about there.
no.
So, for those of you, for everybody who don't know, Brandon, tell them a little bit about how the scoring works in the tournament side of things.
So the 600 and under bracket is a race to 7. The 601 and higher bracket is a race to 9. We kind of made a mistake and overlooked one thing, and we fixed it before the final day, and everyone was really appreciative. We were going to shorten the races like we have for the pit battles. Like, so if 2 Division 1 players play each other, race to 5 or whatever. But we forgot that in the tournament we're not doing a best of sets. So those guys would have been grinding it out for 2 days, a third day to do a race to 5 in a big money event like that. It's kind of a waste, to be honest. There's no way I would be pissed if I were like, are you kidding me? I just played races to 9 all weekend and now I'm doing a race to 5 when it comes to the money. So we figured that out. We went ahead and didn't shorten the races for that one. We were able to get it done plenty of time. I missed it.